rising like the eternal flame. The shifters are here to change the game. Oh boy. This is a little embarrassing, as apparently the Zoom call is going to have to re-upgrade itself again. I'm actually going to see if we can retrim the intro of this, and we're going to try and do a double take on this. Wow, that is entirely my fault, boys. I didn't realize that I was still going to have to upgrade the Zoom, even though we're not actually recording.
Yeah, we still love you.
How do you guys... well, let me just upgrade it on the fly. Okay, know what we're gonna do? Like, even though the beginning on this is gonna be like us just kind of like chit-chatting for a second, and people are still gonna see this, what we're gonna do, I'm actually just gonna like upgrade to a monthly thing right now. Literally just gonna do this right now, and we'll keep ourselves inside this chat, and then we're gonna redo the intro, and then we're gonna trim the audio of this, and then we are going to pick up exactly where we left off. So give me 1 second as I grab my wallet. Thanks for your patience. For everybody in the YouTube chat, just please feel free to leave your comments down below.
Rafflecopter. How's everybody's day? If you guys want to stay muted, just give me a thumbs up. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Thanks, Dan. Lewis, yeah, that's my boy. Here we go. Hey, hell yeah.
Yes, no, it's been fun. Great day, I have to say.
So thank you everyone again for tuning in to Paradigm Shift. This is not the official beginning of the show. You actually get to see some bonus behind the scenes of what goes on to help make these broadcasts possible. So my name is Brendon, and right now we are literally just upgrading our Zoom to be able to make sure that we can bring this broadcast to you successfully. And I'm just making sure that everything is okay. 1 month, Canadian dollars. Yeah, let's do this. And allow me to do this real quick. So for those of you who are tuning in, we got an awesome broadcast tonight. Like I said, we are just kind of getting things situated right now because we have made some recent upgrades, and one of those upgrades is actually being able to do things through Zoom so that we can bring as many people onto the broadcast as possible. And as I'm multitasking right now, we have not officially begun the broadcast, because we just got a notification just as we were about to start that our Zoom call will end before we actually get into it. So what I'm actually doing right now is making sure that I can log into this properly. And then you'll get to hear from some super awesome people tonight. Okay, good. Continue. Let's do this. All right, this is only going to take 1 second, I promise. That's how awesome we are. So if you guys are tuned into this tonight, please feel free to just go ahead and drop some comments down into the live chat for those of you on YouTube. And like I said, we'll get started in a second. And go ahead, tell us how long you've been tuned in to Paradigm Shift Central. Maybe you're brand new, maybe you've been here for a while. And go ahead and leave your contact information, or no, sorry, not your contact, because I'm like reading what's on screen. Go ahead and tell us where you're from, where you happen to be tuned in from. That is always an exciting thing to hear. And like I said, we're actually going to reenact the beginning of the show, and then we're going to actually trim it in the post-production. That way, so the people who get to watch this in the future have no idea that this ever happened. So, all right. Thank you guys so much for your patience and for being here. I just got a few more buttons that I got to click here, and we are almost good to go. And somebody confirm for me. Yeah, sweet. Okay, we are broadcasting. Oh, I got to do one more thing before we officially do that. Okay, I agree. Upgrade now with 5 minutes left, and let's do this. Upgrade now. Confirm. Is this actually gonna? Let's see. Let's hope this works. Got Chris Flex in here. Okay. This meeting now has unlimited minutes. We upgraded live on air. Awesome. Okay, give me 1 second. In all the midst of that, the YouTube video got slanted. So allow me to go fix that. If some of you guys are able to, Chris, go ahead and just jump on the on the Facebook. The Facebook is running off my feed on Skull Babylon. Go ahead and just check that out. And go ahead and just like Just see it. 1 second, guys.
Let's do this. Skull Babylon. Hype, yeah. It's going. Money. Oh, wait, unslanted too. That's perfect.
Alright, we're good.
Hell yeah.
We're good. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Chris,
live.
Chris,
It's
all
unslanted.
good.
You rock.
Chris is unslanted. Perfect. Yeah, okay, awesome. We got it good. Alright, guys, for everybody here, let me just do a quick behind the scenes check. Is everybody good to go? Give me a thumbs up, boys. You guys are with me. Oliver's still with us. Neil's still with us. Sweet. Okay, what we're literally gonna do? We're gonna reenact the introduction of this. Let me just check in with the live chat. How's the live chat going? Hey, everybody in the live chat. Much love. All right. Well, honestly, I'm glad that notification popped up right at the beginning of the broadcast before we were like 10 minutes into it, because then it would have been awkward. Here it's just like, oh, okay, sweet. Let's do this. Let's fix it. So, all right, awesome. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, thanks for understanding what it takes to help create these broadcasts. So cool. On the fly management. All right. So with that said, let's take a little bit of a breath, and we're going to just restart the broadcast, and we're going to walk us through this again, and we're going to get right into this. So here we go, lining up the intro music again. All right. Allow us to just kind of take a trip back in time. All right, hang tight, everyone. This is Paradigm Shift Central, and yeah, we're about to restart this broadcast. 1 second.
You know, technically we're time traveling right now. We're just traveling linearly.
Rising like the eternal flame, the shifters are here to change the game. Aloha, multidimensional friends, shifters, light guardians from across this holographic matrix. This is Brendon, aka Skull Babylon, aka Mystic Spider-Man, aka Wolf Shield, welcoming you to another exciting live broadcasted recording of a Paradigm Shift Central Synergy Circle. This is like a new version of what we're doing here, presented on behalf of ParadigmShiftCentral.com, a real-world interactive game to be able to help create a global team of shifters, to be able to help accelerate the shift in consciousness, to be able to help inspire you to create real-world action, and to be able to help collectively document the shift in consciousness. Thank you so much for joining me. If you guys are here in the YouTube chat, and for anybody tuned into this on Facebook, please feel free to drop some 1111s down below in the comments to make sure that you guys can hear me loud and clear and that things are coming through perfect. And we will kick things off here with an amazing broadcast to be able to share with you some inspiration, to be able to introduce you to some of the leading members within Paradigm Shift Central, to be able to give you some new information in terms of the upgrades and refinements within the Paradigm Shift Central project, how you can continue to be involved, and for us to be able to share what it is that we're doing as leading members in terms of the conscious media that we're creating, in terms of the community events that we're facilitating, and also reflecting as a team on what is needed from us as individuals and leaders within the community. And then we'll get close to wrapping it up with a little bit of a meditation, drop into some embodiment, and yeah, just planting those seeds and leading it from there. So thank you so much for being here and for being a part of this broadcast. And like I said, we got an amazing team here of our leading members within the Paradigm Shift community. So fellow leading members, please feel free to say hello by gently unmuting your microphones and making some noise and just making some like whoops and some wolf howls. Join me together. So just be like, aloha team.
Yeah.
What up?
We're out.
Yo. Awesome, sweet. So I'll just do a quick little roll call. We got myself, Brendon, we got Chris, we got Dan, we got Louis, we got Oliver, and we got Neil. So again, this is just a handful of the entire collection of people that we have within the Paradigm Shift community who you will get to meet throughout this broadcast and future broadcasts as we get rolling with the new upgrades within the Paradigm Shift Central project. So for those of you who may be entirely new, like I said, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give like a quick introduction, and then from there we're going to start passing the talking stick around the circle and give these guys a chance to be able to talk about what they do, what they are passionate about, and the vision, the intention of this broadcast. It's multiple things. At its very core, it is being able to help inspire you. And it is also about being able to document. By being able to bring us here together and create this awesome podcast, this broadcast, this is a great way for us to be able to create this little gem to document and chronicle what is happening at this point within this collective shift in consciousness. What are the things that we are doing? And so the synergy circles are a new version of these team roundtables that we have done throughout the past. And we've gone through a few iterations of the name. Back in the day, they were literally just called team roundtables. And then we started, or team building circles. And then we started calling them team roundtables. And with the recent upgrades, you know, part of my intention has just been to really simplify things in a lot of ways, to really be able to refine things. And that's when the term synergy circle came to mind. And I'm like, yeah, that's easy, because that's exactly what this is. This is about synergy. This is about us being able to come together and to create more out of the sum of our parts as a team, to be able to help inspire each other. And so again, the Paradigm Shift Central project, this is a project that began over 10 years ago. Those of you who have been tuned in for years, bonus points for you. Those of you who are brand new, extra beginners bonus points for being here. Thank you so much. So what you want to be able to do if you are brand new, and honestly, even if you're not brand new, even if you've been around for a while, go to paradigmshiftcentral.com, check it out, and what you'll see there through the landing page is kind of like the new introduction if you haven't already seen that, plus the option to be able to join our public live chat, and plus the option to be able to become a leading member. And so I'll explain a little bit about that. And again, the vision of this project, paradigmshiftcentral.com, very simply put, if you're someone who's just going to this website, what it is a portal, a platform for being able to feature conscious media content to inspire you, while also archiving this content to be able to document the unfolding shift in consciousness. It is also about being able to create important sacred digital space to bring together us as a community, as a global team of shifters. And again, shifters are people who are intentionally helping assist with the shift in consciousness through acts of creativity and compassion. So if you're tuned into this broadcast, then that's, and if that resonates with you, then yes, thank you. You are in the right spot. So moving forward, what you'll be able to expect through the Paradigm Shift Central project, you'll be able to expect more of these broadcasts. The synergy circles, will be doing them weekly. We'll literally have another one coming up next week, again, Thursdays at 9:30, 6:30 p.m. PST. EST 9:30, and also alternating into that, we will also start bringing back the dream classes where we talk more about the dreaming that we're experiencing, and really just kind of reinforcing the importance of studying our dreams, awakening, becoming better dreamers within the dreams. And also through the website and through our Instagram, which is Paradigm Shift Central on Instagram, what you will see again is featured content from people in the community, from myself, from the guys here in the broadcast, from the people who aren't here, who you'll still get to meet. And through there, you will see shift entries, and the shift entries will be a variety of things. They will be, again, videos that we are making, articles that we are writing, documentation of events that we've gone to, podcasts that other people in the community are hosting, events that we have been organizing, all sorts of things. So go ahead and check it out. There's a lot on there for you to already to be able to explore. Like seriously, the website is set up in such a way that there's enough content already that there's more content there than you would even be able to explore in a lifetime. There's literally like over 300 broadcasts, over 1,000 community videos, and there's like the random video play button, so you can kind of like cycle through things. There's always something new for you to be able to explore and discover. The other big thing within the community project, and I'll just share this and I'll just talk a little bit in terms of what I've been up to, and then from there we'll pass the talk and stick around, is also the new gamification element which involves the shift buttons. So a lot of you are already familiar with the shift buttons. Maybe that's how you got here. Maybe somebody gave you a shift button. So again, the shift buttons, these are tools within the Paradigm Shift Central project, and we've actually upgraded them. Very simply put, because again, I know a lot of you are familiar with these, the Paradigm Shift Central buttons contain a lot of conscious symbols on them. Each one is meant to spark conversation and synchronicity. You can see here, some of them are like the ask me about. So there's one here, it says ask me about reincarnation. And basically through these buttons, you're able to invite people back to the main website because the website's on the rim. You're using them to be able to spark synchronicity, like I said, to create conversation, to build friendships, to build community. And also the new gamification element is that when people go to the website now, on the landing page, there's a little button that says like, who gave you a shift button, and they have the option to enter your name. When they enter your name, you get a point. What we're going to do at the end of each month, the people with the most points win a special prize. The top 3 players, the top 3 shifters win a special prize. So the next prize will be available at the end of August, and you can get your shift buttons by going to questitemshop.com. And the other thing that I will just mention is that the new feature within the community is the leading members aspect of it. So this is like our private membership space, and I'll just explain this real quick because it's very exciting. I want to be able to let everyone know about it. The leading members is the private element of our community. So for anybody watching this, you can jump in the public chat. You can get involved. We've created that space for you to say hello, to connect with us, to share what you're doing. Let us know if you're creating conscious media. And then if you want to go deeper, the leading members is something that you can apply for and become eligible for by contributing on the Patreon for a pay what you wish contribution between like $11 and like $1 million. It's kind of arbitrary, right? But we keep it affordable there. And in doing so and joining as a leading member, that gives you access to joining in these calls so that more people can find out about who you are and connect to your story and be a part of the inspiration here. They will also give you the ability to publish on the main website, and it will also give you access to the private spaces within our public chat, our Discord server. So that is a super awesome thing that I'm excited to be able to invite more people into, and to be able to have you get involved as a leading member, and again to be able to help introduce more of these leading members to the community. Essentially, long story short, and I'll just wrap it up here, part of my vision behind Paradigm Shift is again being able to help curate content. I want to be able to help more and more of my friends do what they love for a living. You know, a lot of us who are leading members, we are already like entrepreneurs, and what the world needs is more and more of us who can really dedicate that time and devotion to sharing our art, to going out there, to being full-time shifters, and just making that impact and leading community where we are. So if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a conscious media creator, if you want to publish content and work alongside a team, if you want to get alongside like us and collaborate on media, that's a big part of it as well, then please feel free to check out the Patreon, and you can join as a leading member. And even if you just want to join on the Patreon anyways, the lower tiers and the higher tiers all have discount codes to be able to get special discounts for items at questitemshop.com, including the Light Guardian crystals there, which are super, super awesome if you haven't seen those before. So that's a quick wrap up on what we got from here. It's literally about being able to create momentum and build routine and invite more people to tune into these broadcasts. And there's a lot more stuff coming your way. We'll be getting back into doing global meditations. Of course, I'm doing Waking Up with Wolf on my Instagram at Mystic Spider-Man. If you're not already connected to that, you're invited Monday to Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, we got a lot of awesome things coming your way, and I'm super grateful to be able to have you guys here and to be able to help introduce you to more of the leading members within the community. And again, this is all just practice. This is practice about us coming together, practice creating digital space, sacred digital space, practice sharing our voice, practice sharing our passions, and practice inspiring people and moving forward with intention, call to action, and motivation collectively as a team. So much love and thank you again, everyone, for being here. Super, super excited to be able to create this together. So with that said, in terms of updates and everything like that, I don't want to take up any more time than I've already have. Quick updates for myself. On my birthday, I got to go see Alma, the Hugging Saint. For those of you who didn't hear, that was a super synchronistic event, and I'm actually going to be posting a shift entry for that. So rather than talking about it here, I just encourage you to check out the shift entry that I'll be posting in the next day as of this broadcast. So that is like a super powerful event. Alma is like basically recognized as like a living goddess in a sense, and she is known for her humanitarian work. And I actually got to meet up with Oliver, who's one of the leading members here in the call, and we got to attend this event, and it was like super, super transformational. Again, the fact that it was on my birthday, also World Free Hugs Day. Shout out to everybody who's doing hugs on World Free Hugs Day and beyond. Hashtag free hugs forever. And so that was a super synchronistic transformational event. And again, check it out in the shift entry. Other things that I just want to share real quick for myself in terms of what I'm got going on in the future. This Sunday is the local Pride Parade here in London, Ontario, Canada, and I'm also going to be doing some free hugs there, so stay tuned for that. I'll be making some sort of video out of that, and yeah, I'm going to be bringing my free hug signs, going to be bringing my shift buttons, connecting with people, inviting them back to the project. And what's exciting is I know there's actually going to be multiple other people at the Pride Parade who are also going to be doing free hugs. the previous years that I've done it there, I've like given out a bunch of free hug signs. So I know there's going to be other people who are going to show up and have their own free hug signs to be able to share. So that's basically all I want to be able to share. There's a lot of other stuff that I'm working on behind the scenes, and a lot of other cool content that I'm going to be excited to be able to share with you. But for now, that's all I'll mention. The other thing that I just wanted to go back to in terms of the vision of the Paradigm Shift Central project is also reminding people that a big part of it is encouraging people to create the physical Paradigm Shift community meetups where they are, or to help facilitate local conscious community events. We refer to these as Paradigm Shift meetings. So I am the admin for Paradigm Shift London, focusing on open-minded discussion meditation circles. For myself, being the admin of Paradigm Shift London, we've had the meetings on hold for a bit, but I'm going to be restarting those meetings by the end of the summer. And again, that's about bringing people together. So if you're like feeling the call to be able to help create events or go out there and do free hugs and just be able to like create that change within your local community, then again, thank you for being here, and be sure to explore more of the main website, and please feel free to reach out to me on Instagram at Mystic Spider-Man anytime. So thank you so much everyone for being a part of this broadcast. Let's pass the talking stick around and get some more people introduced here. So we didn't establish this at the beginning, but if anybody here wants to volunteer to go first, just give me a thumbs up and we will pass the talking stick over to you. So let's pass over to Chris, and then we'll pass over to Oliver, and then from there we'll get a chance to hear from the rest of the people in the broadcast. All said and done, this broadcast, we're going to keep it within like 90 minutes to 2 hours maximum. And yeah, thank you again, everyone, for being here. I'm going to jump in the live chat, and I'm going to hang out with you guys. So if you guys even want to express any gratitude in the live chat, please do so, and we'll relay that into the broadcast as well. Your guys' voice is important simply by being here. And again, reminder, if you're tuned into this broadcast and if you haven't yet, please join our public Discord chat if you want to, and you can do that just by going to paradigmshiftcentral.com, scroll down, and click public live chat. So with that said, passing it over to Chris. Chris is going to introduce himself. He's a local shifter. He's been on broadcasts in the past, and he's an official Twitch streamer. Kind of. He'll tell you about it. He's merging Twitch and mindfulness and live streaming. So with that said, passing it over to Chris. And Chris, go ahead. Thank you so much. I just love the setup you got. It looks so professional. So when you're ready, go ahead. Passing the talking stick over to you. Thank you so much for being here, brother. And
anytime.
When you're ready, go right ahead.
It's always so fun hanging out with you and everybody else in the whole shift communities. This is always a good time. Thanks for having me here. I'm already pumped. It's actually been a while since I've been on one of these, at least a couple months, right? So far too long. But yeah, everybody, my name's Chris. As Brendon was saying, I just recently started up a Twitch channel. I'm known as the Zen Gamer. I'm essentially just trying to show people how easy it is to, first of all, everyone knows about game rage, right? Now it's all about being that peaceful, but I also want to bring in just like mindfulness and fitness into it. Like I started up my Instagram channel, and honestly, the first thing I did was post a 15-day yoga challenge. Just being like, hey, like I'm a hardcore gamer. I'm not just like, oh, I sometimes play Pokemon. It's like, no, I play friggin' World of Warcraft. I play Smash Bros. It's all the hard stuff, right? And so it's just nice to be able to kind of bring that aspect in it and show that you can still be fit, you can still be in a good mindset, you can still be mindful and meditate and all that, and go outside every once in a while and just kind of promote that, right? So that's just what I'm doing these days. Very new, like I'm talking like not even a couple months at this point. I've known Brendon for quite a while. I'm blessed to live in the same city as him. I'm from London, Ontario, Canada. I met this guy. Brendon, it was so long ago. I don't even remember how, but I came across it, and like I want to say it was one of the buttons or something like on like YouTube or Facebook. There was some little thing that I went, ooh, what is this? And then I ended up going to one of the little like local hangouts, and I met you and Justin. It was literally just us three for that one. Sometimes we had like a huge one where there was tons of us, like 25, and then sometimes it was just the three of us. And immediately I'm just like, this is cool, because I was really, this was almost a decade ago. I was really starting to just be like, let's kind of ask some more questions, and just I really got into meditation. I really got into some esoteric stuff, and it was just a really good community. And it's been really cool to see Brendon's stuff just kind of blow up, because Skull here is just like, it went from like maybe 20 of us on like 25 of us on like a busy night to like we've got this whole community now where we are constantly connecting around the world. So it's an honor to be here. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Sweet. Thank you so much, Chris. That was wonderful being able to hear from you. And yeah, man, totally super excited just to be able to like me and Chris have known each other for years, and now he's here, part of the leading member in the community, having his support, and yeah, looking forward to being able to create co-create content together, being able to help direct people more to your Twitch stream. So go ahead and just plug your social media channels real quick so that people can know where to connect to you through. And for anybody that you hear talking about the social media links, be sure to check the show notes after the broadcast to be able to connect with every single person here, and you'll also be able to find their content through the public live chat and on the main website. So Chris, go ahead. Where can they find you?
Twitch is just ZenGamer528, and then Instagram is at the ZenGamer. Nice and simple. 528 bonus points to anybody who knows those numbers.
It's heart frequency, or like it's one of the frequencies. Yeah, it's
Hundo P.
Is it heart? Like 432? I usually think is heart frequency. It's 528.
528 is heart.
528 heart. All right, there we go. Perfect.
Hashtag
Sweet,
solfeggio. Cough, cough.
Solfeggio harmonics. Okay, sweet. All right, okay, Chris, awesome. Thank you again, man. All right, Oliver, are you ready to go next? We'll pass it over to you, and then from there, if somebody wants to volunteer next, we'll pass it over. Okay, we'll get it over to Louis next. All right, so Oliver, passing over to Oliver. So quick introduction. This is the Oliver who I recently hung out with at the AMA event. That was the first time we met. He's been doing free hugs in Montreal for quite a few years. Super inspired by what he does. So Oliver, go ahead, say hello to everyone, and happy to introduce you as a leading member within Paradigm Shift Central. Go ahead, dude.
Hello, everybody. I'm really happy to be here. Sorry for my accent. I'm a French Canadian guy. It's really nice to see you guys tonight here. For me, like the universe is a big jigsaw puzzle, and we are all a piece of this puzzle. And by creating and co-creating together, we're just trying to put things together to help everything around us, everybody, and help us life. Everything is okay. Last Thursday and Friday, we went, me and Brendon, at the AMA event in Toronto. It was so huge, so nice, nice meditation, really nice feeling. And I feel something really great by this time. People are awakening a lot and a lot more, and that's really positive. And by being a part of this broadcast, the Paradigm Shift team, I'm really glad to be here and be able to connect with you guys. And like if you are here, you're listening this thing for the first time, like trust yourself. You are doing something huge, and don't think people around you are. Don't listen people around you who try to discourage you. Trust in yourself. After that, I ask myself the two big questions. It's been 5 years since 5 years. The first is who am I, and the other is what I have to do in life. And like for me, the answer of what I have to do in life is to try to create a better world. And like at this point, 5 years ago, I didn't really know where to start. How can I'm possible to doing that. So for me, unconditional love is the way, it's the answer, and it's the thing we need more and more on earth. Sorry. So I start something. It's called in French La Brigade du Bonheur, de l'Amour et de la Paix. In English, it's the Brigade of Peace, Love, and Happiness. And it's been 5 years. We're giving free hugs in a retirement castle, at the exit of metro station, in some festival. And like sometimes you're thinking, oh, it's just a hug, but like I have proof, and person told me about that way month ago after I give them a hug. But like sometimes just a hug can save a life. One time I was in a retirement castle, and after the hug, 82 years old woman, after the hug, she started crying, and she said, it's been 40 years, nobody take me in his arm. So I was, wow, we miss some things. We have to share love. It's really important. So like for me, it's my mission, and I think we have all our mission in life, and that's really good to get together to share our mission and try to co-create big time. C'est pas mal ça.
Dude, you're awesome.
Dude, thank you, Oliver. Yeah, honestly, if people want to just be like complimenting each other as we're just kind of like hanging out here and stuff, please, by all means. So,
Vous êtes nice aussi, les boys. En anglais, ça veut dire you're a nice guy.
Dude, man, yeah, like Oliver, because I mean, when we were at the Alma event, we were just kind of talking about this, and if you didn't already say this, like, rough estimate, how many free hugs do you think you've done in the time that you've been doing it over these years?
200,000.
200,000. Like you like, dude, that's.
I want to show you something. Okay, I'll come back.
Okay. Oliver's gonna do that. He's got something for us. So, but again, like. The free hugs thing is a huge part within the Paradigm Shift Central community. Some of you who may be new to that, maybe you haven't been fully introduced, again, check out some of the videos online. But it's one of those things that it's like a simple call to action that anybody can do. So whether you got shift buttons or a laminated free hug sign, that's secondary, because anybody can make a free hug sign. Anybody can bring their heart and their art out to the street. So for anybody who's like listening to this, and maybe you're thinking about, like, you know, it's like, oh, I really wish there was more people in my community who I could connect with, or you know, like what can I do to help make a difference? Sometimes something as simple as free hugs is huge, because the synchronicities will just unfold from that. So Oliver, go ahead. Okay,
so I just want to show you guys when I'm doing free hug, I'm suit in a leopard suit with some art everywhere, with my free hug câlin gratuit shirt. So just by being like this, like just living and go to supermarket dressed like this, it makes smile people. People they asking question. Oh, you are in a enterrement du garçon, like do you lost a bet, or no, I'm just there to share love, man. And like people are like, what the, but it's nice. It's really, we help grow consciousness, and it's really nice to just make smile people. And most of their one time per week, we're going in a metro station in the morning, like from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. At this moment in the week time, there's around, in 2 hours, there's maybe 7,000 person who just cross their road and cross our road, and we're here like just arm open, and guys want to hug, life is great. And by being suit like a leopard, I make them smile, even if not even if they're just 5% who give a hug, maybe like 82 smile. And that's nice to help those people to start their day by smiling.
Yeah, man, like that's dude, that's huge. Like one of the things, and we'll just riff on this just for a minute, and we'll pass the talking stick around, because we definitely got so many people here to introduce, is like, again, you know, I love the idea of being able to do free hugs in like the business sectors of cities, and you get people in business suits, and they're just like, those people need it so much, right? Because they've just been conditioned into this idea of like, you're like, oh, I have to be professional, or I have to be what my boss expects of me, and everything like that. But with free hugs, it's such a great opportunity, because it really speaks to like that inner child, and sometimes like in that moment, you know, it can be just like a powerful invitation for people to be able to connect with a part of themselves that maybe they have pushed really deep down. And so again, like that free hugs is a portal for opening the heart, for meaningful connection, for synchronicities to arise. And if, again, who knows where that hug will go, whether it just be from the conversation. Again, if you give someone a button in that moment and it links them into the website, and now they're tuned into this broadcast, like you never know. So again, for everybody listening to this, like this is coming from Mystic Spider-Man, reminding you that like you are a superhero. You have the power of the heart already inside of you. You can go out there and do free hugs. And I've heard it before, like straight up. I've met some people. I met like one particular person like at Comic-Con, and we've been connected since then. And they were just like, dude, like seriously, like you've changed my life. Like I have not met someone like you, and since I've met you, it's totally changed how I see things. It's inspired me to help inspire others, and now that ripple effect is continuing. And this is like a younger person too, so it's like creating that impression for the youth who are becoming the new leaders, and then they're helping become leaders within like their own youth. So it's like super powerful. So intergenerational hugs, be it with older people, be it with youth, be it wherever you are, whatever you are, alien or human or anything like that, you know, free hugs has the power to bring us all together. So for everybody out there, this is a call to action. if you're looking for something to do on a Friday night and you have nothing better to do, go downtown, do some free hugs, get some friends, go out there, see what happens, hold that intention, and the universe will respond accordingly. Again, you know, the universe loves courage. So see what synchronistic adventures lie ahead of you when you go out there and do free hugs. So awesome. Oliver, anything else you want to share real quick? And again, just where people would be able to connect with you, and we'll get your links in the show notes, because I know there's like the French version of it and not everyone's going to be able to spell that, but you can type it into the YouTube chat too. So
Perfect.
Go ahead, dude.
I will type it in the YouTube thing. And like, I think that the best thing I can say, just trust in yourself. You are beautiful. We are all here on earth to love and be in love, and don't be afraid just to be yourself. Like, just jump in your life deep, big time. You are wonderful. And all of you guys too. I love you guys.
Love you too, dude. Awesome. Sweet. This is great. Like, again, like for myself, this is really exciting, because again, there's a lot of awesome people here, and some of you guys haven't met each other. So for the first time, even as leading members, this is like actually like a bit of an introduction where some of you guys are getting to meet each other for the first time. So it's really cool. So this is an awesome way just to get to know each other better and build as a team. All right. So with that said, we're gonna pass the talking stick around next. Louis, you would like to go next. And then let me just double check who would like to go after Louis. And a quick shout out to, I believe, is that Michelle? Is that who that is? Just hanging out here, just kind of like snuck into the chat, and now she's here, gracing us with her presence. Hey, Michelle. Sweet. So Michelle, we'll get the talking stick passed over to you. It's super grateful to just be able to have, again, just like a mixture of energies here, anchoring in a little bit of that priestess energy.
Thank you. I'm
No
super
pressure, right?
priestess
So,
today. No, I am. I'm like
super
1,000 beyond priestess.
Oh, you got some upgrades? Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, we'll look forward to hearing it if you would like to share.
I would
So
love to.
cool. Okay, so we'll pass it over to Louis, and then who would want to go next?
I'll
Because
go
we got
after that.
we got okay, well, we're gonna pass it to Neil because he came in first,
Oh.
and then Dan, would you want to go after Neil, or do you want to go after? Yeah. Okay, so Dan, and then and then maybe Michelle, and then maybe Dan. Okay, that's
Okay,
if
I
Dan's
can't
fine with
hang
that.
out
That's
all
fine.
night. Just
Yeah, because you can't hang out all night. Or when do you
No.
have to leave, Michelle?
I
If you don't
kinda
mind.
Michelle can go next. I don't have to go next. I can go whenever.
Okay.
Can I
all right.
just
If Neil's
come in
still
and
waiting,
out?
then
Yeah. that
yeah.
would be
Okay. So
awesome.
we'll get Louis in, and then we'll pass it over to Michelle. So, and yeah, like you do whatever you want, Michelle.
Okay, thank you, Angel.
Perfect. All right. So Louis, with that said, quick introduction about Louis. Louis is a buddy who I recently met. He's in my hometown of London, Ontario, Canada. He's got his YouTube channel that he's been starting up. He's been public speaking. He's really, really into like the power of storytelling, and it's been great just being able to get to know him. And I'm looking forward to being able to collaborate more with him. And I'm more than happy to be able to introduce him to you as a leading member within Paradigm Shift Central. So Louis, with that said, passing the mic over to you. Go ahead, brother.
Thank you, Brendon. That was a very welcoming, warming introduction. I have to say thank you for putting this all together. A little bit more on the story on how we met. It was actually through the pins. I've got mine right here. I can't say I've worn it out in public yet, but this is time for change. I think it's time to reveal this. But it caught my eye, and I literally walk up to you. It felt like I was supposed to. I followed my intuition, and one thing led to another, and here I am. This is very cool. What brings me here other than curiosity? I like the idea of sharing perspectives, whether it's my perspective or it's someone else's. I think everyone has their own unique way of seeing life, whether it's from this angle or through this lens or whatever. And I think that everyone can contribute to our story as humanity. So my purpose would be to bring people closer to humanity. I think there's a large divide amongst people, whether it's ethnical or cultural or political, and we're seeing a lot of silos in today's life. And I'd like to bring everyone back to our root, to realize that we're not so different, stop focusing on our differences, let's embrace our similarities. And one way to really execute that is through storytelling, because with the story, you touch on emotion, and humans everywhere understand emotion. Whether they can manage it or control it is a different story, but it goes beyond the language barrier. And I think that is where a lot of impact can be carried. And so I'd like to exploit that. Not so much exploit it, explore it would be a better choice of word, and contribute with these other artists here and these other creators to accelerate this shift, to get people to realize that there is more to their life than what they currently perceive. There's so much more, and this is a stepping stone for it. So thank you for creating that platform.
Awesome, sweet, awesome, Louis, and man, huge props on really just like taking those steps up. I know one of the things that we were talking about last time is like you're really like putting yourself out there and getting involved with public speaking. And you have a video, which again is going to be like something that I'm looking forward to just like getting published as a shift entry through the main website. And it was you speaking at the Disrupt the Conversation event, which is an event here. And dude, like you rocked it, man. Like that was super like this guy, like just to give you a little bit of it, he's like he's talking about balance, and then he like literally does like a headstand balance like on stage, like just like, you know, just like super casual about it. But again, man, like huge props on putting yourself like, you know, outside of your comfort zone, opening yourself up to that growth. Again, just knowing that you're doing that, I know is just like going to inspire more people to just be like, oh sweet, like maybe I want to become a better public speaker too. Maybe I want to put myself in front of the camera and start you know, making my content. What am I passionate about sharing? So
you know what's odd? A lot of people that I speak to aren't even aware that you can build a career in speaking. And to be honest, I wasn't very aware of it either. I thought it had to be more related to, I don't know, poetry, or you're rapping, or a specific niche. You're an expert in your field and then you become a speaker. But it's quite the contrary. And I'm seeing a lot more interest in it. So even being so new to this, I'm seeing a result. Yes.
Awesome, man. So yeah, so remind people real quick, where would they be able to connect with you? Where can they find your YouTube channel and your Instagram? And again, we'll check it into the show notes as well.
Yes, I'll connect that into the YouTube stream, but literally just Louis Engel, LOUISENGEL in YouTube, or Facebook, Louis Rudolph Engel, like the red-nosed reindeer. Fun fact, I'm the third Louis Rudolph Engel in generations, so that's one way to remember my name. And then on Instagram, LOUISENGEL.SXM. That's nothing raunchy. It's just an abbreviation for St. Martin, an island of the Caribbean. That's where I'm from. So it's easy to find there as well. But I'll also post it in the comments, and feel free to connect. I'm always happy to have a conversation. Definitely going to be more involved. Might even check out the guys on Sunday for the free hugs at Pride. I would definitely like to be part of that and meet you guys out there too.
Yeah. Awesome, dude. Yeah, so again, for everybody tuning into this, Louis and for other people here, please post your social media links into the YouTube channel. Even for people who aren't in this broadcast, for people who are just in the YouTube chat, you're a part of the community too. So please feel free to drop your social media links into the YouTube channel as well. That way, so we can all stay connected. And again, be sure to join into the public Discord chat. Again, just go to paradigmshiftcentral.com and scroll down and click the public live chat, and that will connect you to Discord. Discord is an app that you can run on desktop in your browser or on mobile. It's super effective just to be able to have it. And dude, Louis, like, yeah, absolutely, man. Like, just for, you know, for Chris, for Louis, for anybody else in London, Ontario, Canada, Sunday between 12 and 4, Pride Parade here in London. If you guys want to come out and help me do some free hugs, absolutely, I would love to be able to join forces and make like a fun little video together. That'd be pretty fun. So awesome. Sweet. All right. What was that, Chris? What did you say? Your work. Okay, we'll do it in your honor then.
I would love to.
We'll
if you're at Masonville, just come and give me a hug. I'll give everybody a hug that shows up. I swear.
Okay.
Just
yeah, I'll have to do some more free hugs in the mall. That I have to make a shift entry about that. I'm like, how to do free hugs in a mall, because you have to be like ninja about it, right? So it's like, anyways, we'll save that discussion for another time. Sweet. All right, Louis, was there anything else you wanted to mention right now, or should we pass the talk and stick around? You're good to go? Okay, sweet. So with that said, we'll pass it over to Michelle if she's still awake. Okay, perfect. Michelle, you're still awake? Okay, good. I'm just joking. Sweet. All right, Michelle, well, you're muted right now, so...
Hi.
Hi, sweet. So, quick introduction for those of you who have not yet Michelle. Michelle, aka Michelle Infinity, but she has a few names, I'm sure, at this point.
Yeah.
She's been involved with the Paradigm Shift Central community for going back to 2011, 2012. For anybody who's seen the 3 Days of Light documentary that I made way back then, she's in that. That was when we first met in person. We've got a lot of mutual friends. She's been doing a lot of awesome work with like sound healing, like vocal coaching. She's also like she knows a lot about like the media side of things based on like her education growing up and stuff. And she's also probably doing a whole bunch of things that I have not even like gotten an update on. So now I get to learn more of what Michelle has been up to. And Michelle, thank you so much for being here, for sharing your priestess energy, which is something you're welcome to talk about. And yeah, please share with us just a little bit of who you are, what you do, and again, just quick back step for anybody here. This conversation is an invitation for people listening to this to connect with the leading members. So if the leading members here are offering services and you really resonate with them, then this is an invitation for you to just be like, whoa, I really like that person. I'm going to follow up and send them a message and connect with them. So that goes for anybody here. So Michelle, passing it over to you, please feel free to tell us a little bit more about you. And thank you for being a leading member within Paradigm Shift Central.
Oh, gratitude always. Yeah, it's a privilege to be here. The gentleman who spoke before me was speaking about public speaking, and that's actually something that I want to step into more myself as well. I'm moving to San Antonio, and that is my big news as of Monday. So, oops, can you see me? Yeah, okay, cool. I got a little power. I'll have to sit up and plug it in. I'm in super priestess mode because I just got acupuncture. And because of my acupuncture, I had a deep realization and a profound like energy healing experience for myself, which was like I'm closing a huge chapter. And I feel like right now with like this eclipse cycle that we've been in, I'm super into astrology. For services, I do intuitive readings and I work with the chakra system, which I am getting more into how like really profound and like deep the chakra system is, like the truth of how to access our energetic body, our traumas. I'm teaching people vocal coaching lately, and by doing that, I'm weaving together my energy work practice that I've done for many years into this new expression of the voice. And what I've noticed is that people, and this is funny because it goes with public speaking, like we are not empowered to offer ourselves in the world because we are holding stuck energy in our chakra system, in our energetic bodies. Today, because I'm busy and I've been doing work and packing and all of this life new birthing, I don't know if you guys know 5 elements acupuncture, but we have heart meridian and spleen and all these things, and like my heart was blocked, so I was like going around like blocked from my own heart chakra, from my own energy there. And I think it's the same with all of these people who they want to speak more, they want to embody their priestess energy more, or their superhero selves or whatever have you, but it's really because of a shutdown that we are not feeling the flow of chi, of energy, so we don't feel like we can be in our fullest expression. And so I feel like this is also my own journey, different traumas growing up that I've experienced. Different, for me, it was more like, and this is funny because this ties into Boulder, like having a very big personality, having a lot of Shakti, like just a gorgeous giant energy field, which is this priestess that it's funny because even earlier this year, like in different parts of my persona, like Skull be like, you're a priestess, and I'm like, no, I'm not, but like then I'm after an acupuncture session, I'm lying down, I'm like, I'm a fucking priestess. Like it's just like that. And who's been really influencing me lately is Marianne Williamson, because whether she's running for the presidential candidacy and she's a feminist, I wouldn't say only feminist, but she's a female like powerhouse who's brave enough to stand up for consciousness. And I saw her yesterday, and she was speaking at this thing called America Meditates. It was a very like grassroots, low-key Denver. We're gonna celebrate that America Meditates. There are Hare Krishnas there, and speakers like Michael Beckwith who throw down. So like people who public speak, I was thinking to myself, and I told my mom this morning, I was like, if I want to be a public speaker for real, I'm gonna have to like speak to myself like that, because they were like, you get up and you love, rah, and it's just like motivation, soul power, especially the preachers, like the reverends, were like, that's right, you are divine, and they're like, I'm divine, and it's just like they're bringing it. And if we had that in our inner, how our inner dialogue is always like meh, like doubtful or not as that, if you had like a reverend inside of you that was like cheering you on, that would be magnificent. So I really feel the journey of vocal empowerment for myself, but also watching like really strong female leaders go against this opposition with complete bravery and steadfastness to a truth that they understand and that they are willing to represent without like worrying about like what comes for us, to us. I feel like that was a big part of my own lessons here in Boulder, because I used to be a lot more influenced, I think, by the outside world. And it's important to listen to the outside world, but you have to sometimes do what you know is like your truth and your power and your light, and like bring that, especially when you're an agent of change. So I think I'll leave it there. So, and I'm moving to San Antonio, so I'm going to bring that change into like a whole new culture with all of the lessons that I've learned, being a part of this culture, and like weave that with a partnership, which is a whole new evolution for me, is to be in like an actual sacred conscious partnership with a fellow musician and meditation teacher. So that's going to be very new, and that's my new cycle that I'm stepping into. Aho. And I'm deciding whether I should be like, I'm changing from the infinite. I'm changing from the infinite because I feel like people don't understand or grasp. So I'm wondering, like, do I change my label to like Aho Healing Arts or Michelle Coutinho Healing Arts? And I'm playing with that new role in my life. So I'd love your feedback on that as well. So yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Yeah, no, we can definitely chat more about that. And
Another
yeah,
time.
like
Yeah.
and real quick, again, just to be able to invite people to connect with you further, where can people find you on social media? If you just want to share that real
Michelle
quick.
Infinity on Instagram would be a good place.
Michelle Infinity on Instagram.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, cool.
Gratitude.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Thanks, Michelle. And if you have to drop out early, then
I do. I have to go to
and have a
bed because
restful
I'm
night.
waking up at 5 to pick my honey from the airport, and
Awesome.
he's
Awesome.
moving me down.
Sweet. Well, I'm looking forward to being able to have you around more. And again, I'd love to be able to chat more about collaborating on some articles that we can publish through the website, to be able to talk about, like any moon cycles coming up, astrology stuff, any insight that you feel coming through. Again, like dropping everyone here into that role of thinking of themselves as like a journalist for the shift in consciousness, kind of like working with and on behalf of Paradigm Shift Central. So like as a leading member, it's like we're all journalists, we're all out and about. So as you feel things come up, how can we help, document this, archive this, get the important messages out there that are going to inspire people. So yeah, I've really appreciated the content that you've written in the past, and I know there's a lot more still to come. So.
Yes, and I love that. Thank you. A part of this being in San Antonio and like having this whole new space to be in, I feel I'll have a lot of more room just energetically in my life to write, and also to do my YouTube, to do videos again in a new way, but the same way,
Cool.
and want to deeply create something that's consistent in that space, and also writings, and really distill everything from the last several cycles that we've created kind of together, and like put them in a new fashion, maybe actually like an ebook or a book or something like that, that
Cool.
Yeah, that it's solid. I'm ready for that. So
cool. Sounds good.
I love you.
Awesome. Sweet. All right. Thank you again, Michelle. Love
Bye.
you too. Take care. Bye. Sweet. All right. So with that said, we're gonna keep passing talking stick around. Again, we just we got Neil and we got Dan, and we'll introduce them, and then we're gonna riff it for a little bit more. Just kind of, I want to be able to again bring us here as council, as leading members, to reflect on the idea of like what is needed by us as community, as leaders, as creators, as individuals, both online and offline. And this is going to be a question that we'll return to. We'll come back to it together as a team. And again, I want to be able to even invite people in the live chat on YouTube if you guys want to drop some comments there. Any comments that you guys have, I'm keeping an eye on the YouTube to the best of my ability. So if you guys have like any gratitude that you want to express, if you just want to be like, oh my God, Michelle's so awesome, like please feel free to do that, and we'll be sure to let her know. So, but anyways. We'll pass the talking stick around and we'll get Neil synced up next. And Neil, just as a quick introduction, Neil has he's been on in previous Paradigm Shift broadcasts that we did in the past. He jumped on just kind of on the fly one time, and he dropped some like super inspirational poetry stuff that he's just got like memorized up in his hard drive, and just like really cool stuff. He is also one of the directors for a project known as Portal to Ascension, which helps like bring together all sorts of speakers at various events, talking a lot about a variety of topics, things kind of leaning within the realm of disclosure, secret technologies, ufology, all sorts of really interesting, fascinating stuff. He's got some really cool perspectives there, knows a lot of like really influential people throughout that field. And so definitely be sure to just Google, you can go to Portal to Ascension, you can look at that right now. We'll post a link into the YouTube. And yeah, I'm super happy to be able to have him here, and he'll be able to tell you more about just like what else he does, and yeah, just anything else that he wants to be able to share. So Neil, thank you again, man. Happy to have you on board as a leading member within Paradigm Shift Central. Welcome, brother.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. It's really nice to be here. And I've been following you, I guess, a year ago, and I found your first documentary on lucidity, and I was like, this guy is cool. Like, the way you put in your energy and your intention and how you made it into documentary. So I really appreciated that, which is why I added you on Facebook. And then I saw your other free hugs thing, and I was like, whoa, this is like so radical. And you're really taking consciousness and making it practical by taking it to the people and helping shift them out of their energetic bubbles they're in so that they can expand to something more. So I appreciate everything you do, bro. So for me, I'm the founder of an organization called Portal to Ascension. And the way it really started was the reason why I created this organization was to find the root of all religion. I wanted to know why there were so many religions on the planet, why there were so many similarities, and how come we all talk about the differences. I was actually raised Hindu, but I never really did or believed anything. I just did what my parents said, like most Indian Hindus living in the States under a certain age, they like to just do the rites and rituals. So when I turned 18, I went to college and I started like meeting a bunch of people, listening to different types of music, experimenting with mushrooms. And this led me to start creating my spoken word poetry, in which I was talking about consciousness, extraterrestrials, different planets, dimensions. And I had no idea about any of the stuff that we're here for right now. I was 18. So then I started Googling what I was writing about. And I found all of these like people that were talking about it. I found information from Jordan Maxwell, Nassim Haramein, and Jim Self, in which I discovered something called the Sumerian tablets of creation, that literally have stories that predate all, like many Bibles on the planet. Some will say every religious scripture, but have the exact same stories that all these religions have, but talk about different characters, but it's the same thing. Like Epic of Gilgamesh, for example, that was the story about Noah that was made thousands of years before the actual biblical story of Noah, but it talks about Gilgamesh being a half-human hybrid from a different planetary system, right? So in my mind, I was like, okay, either all religion on the planet is completely BS and it's all based on some like mythological stuff talking about star beings, or the star beings have a lot to do with the fact that we exist on this planet in the first place. Like, so that took me down the rabbit hole from 2000, when I was 18, to 2008, so far that I went into hardcore conspiracies. By 2008, I'm like the dude with the swine flu kit, because the swine flu hit and I thought they were trying to depopulate me. I was like hardcore into conspiracies. And on some level, that there's some truth to that, but it didn't happen. But anyways, I was so hardcore into it, I didn't know there was a missing link. And I was into spirituality. I was rediscovering Hinduism. I was realizing vibration and frequency is what the Sumerian scriptures were talking about. And all of these creation stories had one thing in common: sound and vibration, that we're all part of this frequency. So through that, I started discovering that meditation, yoga, conscious eating, good thoughts, happiness, love, all vibratory frequencies that you could embody. And by doing so, you can create your own reality. So in 2008, I really shifted from the darkness and I went into the unconditional love aspect of it all, and the spirituality, from conspiracies to love, where the missing link for me was like the bigger picture about how this was all meant to happen. This was all meant to be. And even though all this craziness is going on, it's a part of the story and a part of the duality of why we came here in the first place, in order to experience this duality, to forget who we are and to rediscover who we are. Like, how amazing is it that we're rediscovering now the light when we have complete amnesia. There's other planets and beings that live out there that remember every incarnation, remember different lives, remember source. We are on this planet and we forget that. So in 2008, I created a Facebook group called 2012 Consciousness, Mind, Evolution, and Presence. And then thousands of people started joining. I opened up a Canada chapter, a New York chapter, Portland, Seattle, California, UK. And then the groups just, went viral. And then I created a fan page. Because we're getting so much people that were interested in this and sharing a lot of information at that time, before 2012, it was a lot of information on what is 2012, what it represents, the ascension. And since so many people were joining, I decided to start creating some events. So I created some meditation events. And then by 2009, 2010, I met some ancient alien speakers from the show. And then I started producing events for them. Whereas on Ancient Aliens, especially back then, they used to say, this could be, this could be. They would never actually definitely say that this is what it is and what their belief systems were. And they would never go into like a 2-hour spiel on whatever topic that they were speaking about. So I was getting those people and doing all day conferences with them where they could go into depth on the topics that they're saying and also express what they really felt rather than what History Channel told them that they had to say, So I was doing that for a while and it just started picking up. In 2012, we did 2 huge live conferences in Orange County, California called Cosmic Reunion. One was 1 month before December 21st. So that was like, in honor of that. And then one was in March of 2013. And then we started creating more and more events up until 4 years ago, where I created an online university for webinars. And at this point, we are basically a conscious event production company for any empowering topic that you can think of within this realm of accelerating the consciousness shift. Anything that I really thought about for the last 10 years, I've created an event on, whether it's sacred sexuality, ancient history, elongated skulls in Peru, energy healing workshops, sacred geometry conferences. So we've created over 10,000 hours of content and presentations in that time. And I created what you could only and to give reference is like a Netflix for consciousness, where you can log in on our membership site. You can go to our site, portaltoascension.org, sign up. You got a username, password. You log into the membership site, and there's all the videos with the thumbnails. You can sort by speaker. You can sort by topic. You can do you can search any letters, and it will repopulate for you so you can see the webinars that you want. And now we have truly become, we're pumping out a lot of content. We have YouTube, we have all our social media pages, we do free interviews and we create documentaries, but then we also produce events. For some speakers, we produce everything. Like Stephen Greer, for example, we produce all of his events. For Michael Tellinger, who's an archaeologist out of South Africa, we produce everything he ever does in the United States. And so some people we produce some things for. Some people, they have like a 3-month quarterly event with us, like William Henry from Ancient Aliens. He would do one every 3 months, and one would do one a year, like with Laura Eisenhower. So we have all these different agreements with many speakers. We have become a constant source of income for a wide range of speakers or a wide range of research topics that is pumping out like not only content, but actually paying all these people for ticket sales to continue their work. So for Stephen Greer, for example, we're able to do huge events with him and then figure out a way to fund more of the Disclosure Project and all these other speakers. So our intention is to be a conscious business and really embody sacred economics, in which we show transparency. We put articles out on our website talking about our finances and what we're sending the money to. We invest into conscious communities. We invest into quantum physicists and archaeologists so that they can fund their operations and continue discovering our true ancient origins. But ultimately, we are an event production company where we're full circle. We do live events, we do live conferences, we do 3 or 4 annual tours all over the US with different speakers, and then we have our online webinars. And our intention is very similar to Paradigm Shift Central's intention, which is we spoke about earlier, which is to be a one-stop shop for consciousness. That as I used to jokingly say, when people start waking up in this new the new age that we're going into, and they start like walking around like chickens with their heads cut off, like, whoa, what the hell? Because dude, like some things are about to be exposed. Things are being exposed. And what took me 16 years to discover, people are going to have to know in like 1 month, 1 day. They're going to get downloads really hardcore. So when that happens, where are they going to go? Right? So that's what I was envisioning for the last 10 years to create that place. I didn't know how I was going to do it. We do so many things. I didn't know how to create that website. But 5 or 6 websites later, we've got this platform now that's super solid. and is just making it that not only are we able to provide content free or paid and fund all these things, but also giving people a place to gather in community. And the crazy thing is, like, I don't know how it is in Canada, but in California, we're oversaturated with conscious events. There's conference after conference, speaker after, there's so much you don't know what to do with it. But in the rest of the world, it's very few and far between. Like, we got people in India, that a family in India they specifically like Stephen Greer. Every time we do one of his events, they get together and they only have Wi-Fi in one of the houses. They all get together and they watch it, and they hope the internet doesn't go out because they're literally in like a slum area. We have a family in Kazakhstan that knows no spiritual people and will not even tell the public or any of his friends that they're into extraterrestrial awareness, but they like sneakingly watch our webinars and they have no other community. So it's really for everybody. It's for next level light workers that want to train and know like in-depth information so they can teach these people, and also for people that are just waking up that want to figure out what's going on. So that's pretty much what we're doing.
Awesome, man. Dude, like, straight up, man. Like, I mean, can everybody here just like acknowledge the hard work that Neil has been doing for the past 10 years? Like, dude, thanks you guys so much. Because, like, again, as someone who has also like it, and that's where, again, like, I really appreciate what Neil does, because like me and him have kind of like this similar, we've kind of been like coming in from different angles, and both of us have been working on our individual projects for 10 years, and now like naturally we've just been kind of like crossing paths to here we are now. There's a lot of common similarities between what we do, and I'm glad that because of the uniqueness of what we do, we're reaching individual people, we're fulfilling different needs. And dude, like, what you're doing is like, again, not only is it important just to like document this, like media is like the new, you know, kind of back in the day, we used to just like write things on tablets and stick them in pyramids and write things on walls and stuff like that. But like nowadays, like, how are we going to archive things? It's all digital. It's all like the websites are the modern day temples. And here we are like bringing things together so that we can really just gather this bigger picture of what's actually going on. And I mean, there's a lot of discussion there to get deeper into things. Before we go into that, Neil, and I'd love for you to just be able to share some of just like, if you want to share some poetry on the spot, I'd love to be able to have you do that. I know Louis is going to head out. Louis is going to head out in a minute. So before we pass it back to Neil, Louis, I just want to give you a chance to just any final words of just like gratitude, inspiration that you would like to share with the audience before you have to head out. Go ahead, dude.
Absolutely. Thank you. I mean, even just being here for this hour and a half, meeting the people within this was incredibly transformational. I know there are so many people outside of this as well, the viewers, other people in the community that couldn't make it today. And I'm looking forward to meeting each and every one of you, because all of the stories leave me with my jaw on the ground. A lot of the time I felt like I was alone in this journey, and coming into different groups and associations like this, it's really welcoming. Kudos to each and every one of you. I'm looking forward to very much more with this. Yeah.
Here, bro. Nice meeting you, man.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for the opportunity.
Awesome.
And I'm sure we'll be in touch.
Awesome. Looking forward to more of this. Thank you so much, Louis, and maybe see you this Sunday at Pride Parade.
Yes, I'll reach out.
Awesome. Sweet.
Peace.
Sounds good, man.
Thanks, guys.
Sweet. Cool. All right. So again, just continuing off with the momentum that we had, Neil, if there's more stuff you want to hit upon, again, like, there's a lot there, but I think that's going to be content that will just be for another day. I really encourage people to check out portal2ascension.org. If there's some stuff there that you really just want to dive deep with, absolutely support Neil's work. There's some beautiful content there, definitely worth your time. And yeah, like I said, me and Neil, we've already been kind of talking before. Both of us are really passionate about this idea of like, okay, how can we kind of take a lot of this information and present it in a way that's just allowing people to see it and to think for themselves, you know, kind of in an unbiased way, because I think that's very important right now. And Paradigm Shift has always been about that. It's never been about like, hey, here's a very specific ideology that we're preaching. No, it's more so like, here's information, think for yourself. It's the practice of thinking for yourself that we're encouraging, because like that's something that people need. They need to be able to learn how to have like discernment. They need to be able to learn how to be able to connect the dots. And one of the things that I've always been super passionate about is being able to give people that liberty of still having those aha moments on their own. Like this is almost like a separate discussion in itself, but I feel like if you were to just like walk up to someone and just like come up to them on the street and just be like, oh, by the way, you're in a holographic matrix, and the earth is stationary, and this is just a dream, and they would just be like, blah, 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 blah. Like it would be too much, right? So just to be able to find the ways in which we can present information in a gentle way, in a way that's not only going to be just enriching but also inspiring, encouraging them to connect deeper, and allowing it to serve in a way that's going to like bring it back in a relative sense to their everyday life, sort of thing. So yeah, there's a lot of different things there.
Do it like Morpheus. Red pill.
Right, yeah, exactly, right? Like we gotta, like that's the role of the shifter, is to very much be like a magician, like a hacker, who's kind of like subtly just kind of like helping, you know, just like, do not pay attention to the finger as I point to the moon, like look to the moon type thing, you know. So just kind of leading people towards things is a very important part for the shift in consciousness, and giving them, being a mirror for them to be able to see themselves, holding space for that discussion, asking them, what do they think about dreams, what do they think about, you know, like aliens, what do they think about the power of synchronicity and solfeggio harmonics and things like that. Start talking to them, because they're probably like, they've probably got a lot to share, and they just need someone to talk to be able to start hearing themselves say it, and then they'll just be like, whoa, this is really interesting. So yeah, again, the big thing, and I'll just say this and I'll pass it back to Neil, within the paradigm shift that I've always felt is very true, is that a lot of the stuff in terms of spirituality, metaphysics, and all that cool thing, a lot of it is a process of remembering. It's a process of kind of like remembering our own divinity, remembering our relationship to this universe. And it's a very big shift. Like, again, that simple shift, when you just kind of go from that place of thinking like, oh my God, this world is super physical, this is all there is, and we all just turn to dust and die and pay taxes and things like that, to being like, wait a second, like I'm actually like a spiritual being, whatever that means to me. This physical body is more like a vehicle. Who I actually am is more like the consciousness that's playing this part of me, and there's actually a bigger part of me that actually exists beyond multiple lifetimes and through multiple dimensions all at once, and in a way that's not actually too far out there, but actually helps you understand things. And then you start getting into the idea of like how synchronicities happen, how law of attraction happens, how you're increasing your magnetic field and bringing things into your reality. So again, just kind of planting a little bit of those seeds, and really just encouraging people to keep connecting the dots, keep asking questions, keep talking to people, engage in a way that's going to serve you in a healthy way, and just continue to be open to always learning more. So with that said, I'm going to pass over to Neil. Neil, feel free to respond and riff on anything that we just said. And if you would like to be able to share some poetry, I would love to just give people a sample of that, because
Sure.
That in itself is super, super awesome. So
Yeah, I 100% agree with the non-biased thing. And when people ask me what I am, what we do, like if I'm trying to sum it up, I say a non-platform for all things consciousness, where our rule of thumb is, are you trying to empower humanity or disempower humanity? And then we teach the tools that people need in order to really use discernment, right? Because it's key. A lot of people get very passionate and they want to direct people, and they say, this is the way, you need to go there. And that's what we've had throughout our history, especially with organized religion. We don't want to get into, you know, telling people the way they should believe. It's just providing information, and you make your own, you know, choices based on that. And for us, for example, we may provide with some information that proves that humanity and humans that look like us, Homo sapiens sapien, have been on Earth for hundreds of thousands of years, more than commonly accepted, right? What you do with that is up to you. For me, it rocked my entire belief system, right? Like, because that's not what we've been told. So I agree with that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do a spoken word piece. This one's called The Journey. The road goes on for generations. The travelers would disperse their light amongst all the willingly incarnated souls. But what of the ones who didn't know? Amnesia of the internal endowment to reserve a place in the fifth dimension for themselves. The ego took control in a better life they shall never know. I welcome you, dark one, into the lap of luxury followed by pain and woes. We all sold our souls to the devil, but the devil exists not. Negative energy we dub as evil creates the demons of whom we are fearful. Take the D from the demon, put it in front of the word evil, and now you have a personified devil. Our thoughts and experiences creates this full-featured ego that keeps our lower souls reaching divine. Unconditional love. Excuse me, guys, I messed up. Normally I go much faster, so when I go slow, I like lose it. You know what I mean? Hold on, I'm gonna start again, but I'm gonna go the real.
Holy
real
crap, he goes faster? Woo!
Yeah, that was really slow. It's a spoken word piece. Okay.
Oh yeah, light's got no limit on this.
We
Yeah,
got
yeah, yeah.
spiritual Tech 9 in the house. Okay, here we go.
Paradigm Shift Central, moving
Let's
at the
do
speed
this.
of thought.
The road goes on for generations. The travelers would disperse their light amongst all the willingly incarnated souls. But what if the ones that didn't know? Amnesia over the internal endowment to reserve a place in the fifth dimension for themselves. The ego took control in a better life they shall never know. I welcome you, dark one, into the lap of luxury, followed by pain and woes. We all sold our souls to the devil, but the devil exists not. Negative energy redoubles evil, creates a demon who we are fearful. Take the D from the demon, put in front of the word evil, now you're a personified devil. Our thoughts and experiences creates a full feature ego that keeps a low self to divine. Intellect, love, and a perfect understanding we will have with one another. I welcome you, my brother, my sister, my lover, to become one, to help me become one, before reality tears me from duality and back into ether's imagination. You see, I'm the ghost of lives past. Generations have descended to gain these experiences. I pray the human situation is critical, mind analytical. Won't let me forget the fall of angels and demons, just third dimensional world. Is this planet yours? May I hide amongst the lost souls? Hide out for a bit, drink some liquor, smoke some weed, and step outside for a cigarette? Yeah, sure, man. Here's a social security card. You may live. Reincarnated to a kid to live and give back to the society. When I'm locked in borders, I smolder, but through the ashes comes a horde of abstract thought, who is not a ghost of spirit, but just is an enlightened individual. Equality minus the elitist political goal, the cynical flow, the pain and woes, and shamanistic pagan rituals. We will resurrect the Messiah in all of us. It's time to trust our brothers and sisters. Unity of mind, consciousness, awareness in the rise. The yin-yang intertwined, masculine, feminine lover intertwined. Spit words from the chakra points in my spine. Relentless but still fine. Inner peace upsword in the pace of my corrupted mind. Chemtrails, aspartame, fluoride. Keep my awareness fried. Getting drunk and high about the consequence of why am I really here? But now I know it's to help humanity steer into the right direction. For every single one of you, I feel affection. We're in the same situation, so erase the awkward moments, trying to walk around and get that bonus. Remember, the Arcturians will be one of the group of interdimensional beings in the near future through mass sightings will help us those really breathe. So raise your frequency if this is what you want to see. And don't try to break free from the shackles of captivity that we formed in our own mentality, because you and I, we are, and we've always been free. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
When's your album coming out and can I buy it?
Dude, this right here, we just moved into this thing. I'm trying to create a music studio up here and start recording, but you know, I'm so busy doing.
Are we allowed to swear? Because fuck yeah.
Yeah, I want to start.
Apologies to all the
one
12-year-olds
arm of
listening
Portal
to
to
us.
Ascension is Ascension Records. We have different projects: Ascension Studios, Ascension Records. So pretty soon, I want to start recording and then, you know, provide a place where conscious musicians can record, especially people that like to put subliminal frequencies in the background of the music. Because I'm all into, like, you know, hip hop beats with some frequencies in the background, so that they give you that like spiritual meditative openness at the same time you're hearing the words.
Awesome, man, dude. Yeah, like, and you already got some of like your tracks online already?
Yeah, on SoundCloud, it's Portal to Ascension.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool, sweet. And I think you posted your links into the YouTube.
Actually,
YouTube chat.
YouTube.com/ YouTube MC Resonance. That's my channel. It's just a bunch of letters and numbers. So MC Resonance on YouTube, and I go to sacred sites all over the world where we film documentaries, and I spit spoken word on like pyramids and stuff. So it's pretty freaking cool. Like I'm in like Yucatan on pyramids, spitting flows. So check that out, MC Resonance.
Awesome, man. Well, again, like that type of content, that's the type of content that you can look forward from seeing featured within Paradigm Shift. Like that's the type of stuff that I want to be able to introduce to like an audience of thousands more people, because that is inspiring, you know, just to be able to see someone who is just like capable of spitting that fire. Like that in itself is just, you know, without like just kind of from my own perspective, because like I practice that too and I'm inspired by it. I would encourage every single person here to practice flowetry, to practice either writing poetry or to practice the art of just like delivering in the moment spoken word with meaning and with a bit of cadence and with a bit of rhyme and things like that, because like that's literally something that we can do. And you guys have seen me do this before, like in broadcast. Like if I were to just like drop into it here, like I can just kind of like riff on something real quick. I usually do it during the Waking Up with Wolf broadcast. And then if anybody else here wants to take a crack at this, please, by all means. We still have to get around with the introductions. I know we're going to hear from Dan in a second. After that, we're just going to kind of like riff for a little bit. Again, I want to drop into that space of reflecting like what is needed from us as leaders. And then from there, we're going to wrap it up with a little bit of a closing meditation and any other information that you guys need to know. Side note, because I completely forgot to mention this during the beginning, when you go to the Paradigm Central main website, you'll also see the option there to download the mobile app. Please do that. I'm going to post a link into the YouTube chat. And a huge shout out to everybody who's tuned in on YouTube and Facebook across the two platforms. We have probably like over 20 people tuned in, which is great because, again, like we were just doing this just to get some practice in. And the fact that there are that many people tuned in, absolutely amazing for you to be here. Join us again next week. Tell your friends, invite more people, help spread the word. That is how we play the game together as a team. So with that said, as I just connect into my heart, for you see, my friends, sometimes we get stuck within our own minds and we find it hard as to where to find the rhyme, but the rhyme itself is found within the timing that we allow ourselves to breathe, and we allow ourselves to see that the flow of tree will always come through within the sunlight shining down through the cracks in the tree. Branches expanding, allowing ourselves to make our way through this land, reaching to the pyramids and the places of which we have always been, like the alchemists on this journey, coming into that place where we can truly earn this. For we sink into the depths of our heart and we realize that that is the chamber in which it all starts. For that is the place in which we can ascend to the stars. For that is the place in which we truly remember who we are. So for all of you listening to this, allow yourself to experience the bliss of this breath, of this kiss from the goddess of the mother on your brow as you step into the wonder, as you step into the how of being reminded what it has always been, this place, this dance in which we can sing, in which we can see, in which we can be brothers and sisters of eternity, shifters and light guardians, my friends, unite, here to dance, here to fight, here to change the world with the power of our might. With the sword and the pen, we realize that it is through the art that things shall too end and begin again in cycles renewed. We allow ourselves to see through the illusions that have always been, the places in which we have come to find within. And so I say this to you as a call to action to remind yourself that you are the superhero that you have been waiting for, that you are the one that will change this world. And simply through your action alone, you will inspire all the boys and girls. So go out there and do free hugs. Go out there and share this world. Show them your love. Be that mirror for them to see themselves, for them to see that it is us and we are the how. And so as I invite you to connect with the heart and with the breath, and I remind you that each and every day that you are doing your best. So keep learning and keep growing. Keep being like that seed pushing up through pavement. For we are in this together. We are the waves, we are the ripples, we are the way, we are the path and the future coming together in this one place. And so, my friends, I thank you for being here together on this day. Or something like that. That was, how'd you guys like that? I wrote that a month ago. I just memorized it. No, beautiful. I just made that up on the spot.
I'm going to give you a solid 11 out of 10.
Boom, 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 boom,
11 out of 10?
Again, like... Was that perfect?
Or an 11 out of 11.
It's all relative, right? And that's perfect. Again, it's perfect in the sense that I showed up and tried, right? And that's kind of the thing that I remind people is that like when you're practicing this on yourself, do it and kind of notice those moments where like maybe the rhyme isn't fully there, but it's okay because if you just kind of speak in a way that sounds like it's projecting with an intention and a confidence and things like that, like it doesn't even always have to rhyme. And sometimes when you really get into this space, again, it's like you're attuning your antenna for the all wind to flow through. And this is a big thing that I talk about, that as leaders, as shifters, a big part of our job is to kind of like clear the gunk off of our radar dish. And when we do that, we allow ourselves to show up each and every day as a conduit for source, as a conduit for the Allwind. The Allwind is like the Nordic term for kind of like that creative life force energy that flows through us. So again, when you can kind of get into that gamma state, which is like the brainwave, you allow yourself to just kind of get out of your own way and allow the universe to speak through you. And this can happen quickly, but it can also happen over a period of time through our art, through our action, through following our dreams. So reminding ourselves that there is an incredibly intelligent element to ourselves that has the ability to navigate this reality. And in order to be able to access it, it involves slowing down, it involves meditation, it involves getting out of our own way, it involves dissolving of like fear and ego, and it takes practice, but it's something anybody can learn. So I definitely encourage anybody here who's a little bit inspired to practice being that conduit for your creativity to come through in whatever way it comes for you. Maybe it's writing, maybe it's drawing, maybe it's spoken word, maybe it's dancing. Find your flow. That is like your call to action. Between this week and next week, practice finding your flow, and then take those steps towards being able to share it with the world. So simple as that. Sweet. Does that make sense? Yeah, that's something like that. Okay, cool. Drop some 11-11s in the comments if you guys are up for that. And yeah, report in next week and let me know how that goes. Sweet. Okay, we'll keep passing it around, guys. I know we just really get hyped up in this broadcast, and sometimes we're just like, this broadcast is only going to be 90 minutes, and then it just like goes for like 5 hours. It's happened numerous times with Paradigm Shift. Again, be sure to follow us on Paradigm Shift Radio on iTunes, and check out any of the past broadcasts as well. It's all there for your enjoyment, but we're going to keep it relatively aimed towards wrapping this up within the next half hour. So with that said, I want to be able to pass it to Dan in a minute. But before we do that, Neil, if you're still there, if there's anything else that you just want to share real quick, and then we'll pass it over to Dan. So Neil, anything else that you want to share if you're still there?
Just if you guys want to find out more about Portal to Ascension, best way is just to search it in the search engine, Portal to Ascension, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. YouTube's the best place. We have over 30,000 subscribers. Always putting out a lot of content there.
Awesome. Sweet. All right, awesome. Thank you again, Neil. And just for everybody here, like, be sure to connect with Neil's stuff, but stay tuned to Paradigm Shift Central for like more collaboration and more content that we'll be doing. And yeah, we'll be like helping kind of like, you know, conduct our own form of like soft disclosure in a sense, whatever that may be in a relative context. So anyways, all right, let's keep moving around. Dan, are you ready? Give me a thumbs up if you are. Pass it over to you. Sweet. All right. So quick introduction to Dan. Dan's been involved with Paradigm Shift for a few months now. He's been in some previous broadcasts. He's a digital artist. He does a lot of 3D animation as well as does a lot of work with pencil and acrylic, and I believe it's acrylic or other stuff, I'm sure. And he does a lot of like really cool psychedelic visionary art, again, both in the drawing form and in the digital animation. And I'm super happy to be able to have him on board. We got quite a few really, really amazing digital artists on board, and Dan is one of them. So Dan, with that said, we'll pass the talking stick over to you, and you can just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about the work you do, and even just some of the passion and the vision behind what you try to accomplish with your work. So Dan, when you're ready, happy to have you here, man. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I gotta stop going after people like Neil, because
no pressure. No pressure. It's all practice.
But yeah, hi, I'm Dan. I'm an artist, and I yeah, like he said, I focus on kind of a broad spectrum of art, all visual, typically. But I do 3D work and 2D work, and I guess my art to me is sort of an exploration of my own consciousness and perception and all that sort of thing, in the sense that usually I only have like a vague idea of what I'm doing when I go into a piece, and kind of try to let it unfold, like you were saying about the like kind of the flow of things. Just let things happen as they want, and usually I like how it turns out. Not always, but yeah, I guess my main goal as an artist with that exploration is kind of to give a little bit of a, other than just like something that's aesthetically pleasing, to give kind of a glimpse behind the veil sort of thing, where, you know, like where there are like the old like alchemical manuscripts where there were these elaborate works of art, and there was all the symbolism and stuff, and on the surface it's just a piece of art that you can appreciate and you know, hang on your wall or put in a book or something. But there's so much depth to like the choices that they made in those sorts of works of art, and that's kind of what my goal in replicating. But that's more for like the 2D like physical art. The 3D stuff, I'm working on like some assets and stuff for a VR project. I got pushed back a little bit on that in my progress, just through some technical difficulties, but my goal there is to kind of just give almost like a world of just like surreal imagination to explore. Very psychedelic, kind of just unusual. I don't know. I feel like that is a project that's going to unfold as I kind of engage with it, because I'm just on the scratching the surface of it right now. So I'll be seeing where that goes. But those are my main things.
Any 4-dimensional and 5-dimensional art?
We'll see. We'll see once I get there.
Right.
Maybe it's already made. I don't know.
I think in a lot of ways, like the art that we're making right now begins as like 45-dimensional art, if you think about it.
Yes.
Like maybe 45-dimensional art is like 3D art, but like encoded with emotion. Maybe like the 40s, like the like when you look at something, there's like a layer of emotion that's just kind of pulsating through it. I don't know. I'm just trying to think. What does an alien museum look like? I don't know. We'll go see some days. Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Maybe we're in it right now. I don't know.
Oh geez, yeah. Stay tuned for further discussion on that one. But yeah, Dan, again, man, I think what you're doing is awesome, and I think this world needs more people to be able to help serve as, again, kind of like conduits for the ineffable is kind of what I feel is something that you do a very good job of doing from coming from like personal experience. And again, it's interesting because like a lot of like the psychedelic visions that we're seeing come through in visionary art today, it's nothing new. It's actually like been like a part of our soul since like eons past, and now we're, for the first time, we're being able to bring it forth in physical form. And that's why it's like you see some of the visionary art and you're just like, oh my god, like that's like so cool, like that's so amazing, or like that like reminds me of something that I saw on mushrooms once, or that's like something out of a dream, or it looks like something out of like a Vedic text or something like that. And so we're definitely like bridging dimensions as we're creating this art. And again, it's like consciousness is working through us, and it wants this to come through. It wants people to be able to see us. It wants people to know that this can be expressed. It can be understood through the magic of art. So yeah, man, I think you're doing an awesome job. So we did put the link into Dan's, you can find him on Instagram at Hypnagogist, HPNAGOGIST. And Dan's also got some stuff. You got some like DJ loops and things like that, and some other things that people can check out. Go ahead and tell them about that.
Yeah, pretty much everything you can find from my Instagram right now. I'm kind of working on building some other platforms up. But yeah, I have a loop pack for VJs, for like visuals for like stage projection type stuff. I'm getting a run of prints done. They're being shipped right now, so like some really high quality archival, like museum quality prints of some of my work, and there's a lot of stuff coming. I had to start a new YouTube channel because I didn't realize YouTube didn't let me just change my name because it changed all across Google. So I'll be putting my stuff back up on there and kind of going from there, and hopefully have some new stuff for YouTube soon. But yeah, so I'm building that stuff up.
Sweet, man. Well, again, I've been saying this for a while. I'm looking forward to being able to just collaborate more, being able to like work with some of the visuals. Like, again, some people probably don't know this, but like I went to school for like, I did a year in digital post-production. So like I'm familiar in like After Effects and graphics, and I've done some graphic stuff that I've played around with, and Dan and I have both done some like VR stuff. So like we've already been talking about that. Again, like for anybody listening to this, go out there and get like a little like headset that you can put your phone in, not just a cardboard one, something that you can like really wear. What I do want to be able to get into in the future is being able to do like live VR meditations with 360 video, and that would be something where like myself and Dan would be like working together on footage to be able to like bring things together. Again, I love the idea of like using VR to kind of create like simulated psychedelic experiences, in a sense of just one ideas. But I know Dan and I, we've also like chatted a bit about, again, just like even like storytelling, again, just kind of like really getting into things like that, or even just like the written word and stuff. So I know there's a lot more to be able to explore there. So yeah, Dan, if there's anything else you feel you want to just like introduce to people who are tuned into this, feel free. But definitely there's going to be lots more opportunity for them to be able to see more of your work as we go. So
Yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything, at least as of right now, until I start like coming out with some new stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, cool, man. And one thing that we can do, just if just while I'm chatting here, if like Zoom uses like a screen share, if you want to even just like pull up some of your graphics on screen right now, through like a screen share. We haven't done this, but we can try it, and then that way people on screen will at least just be able to get a quick sample of what we got. And so
I just followed his Instagram. You can see it all there, and it is tight. There's some cool stuff on there. Holy crap.
Oh yeah, like it's pretty cool, man. Like that's what I mean. So yeah. Sweet. All right. So Dan, are you gonna try and do the screen share? Do you think that's possible?
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm trying to find ones that are low enough res that it probably won't work with 4K.
Yeah, that's all right. Or even just like bring up like a window with your Instagram feed or something like that. That's totally cool.
Oh yeah, actually I can probably just
cool. So just as Dan's doing that, we'll again we're gonna start switching gears here. I just want to. We only got so there's 4 of us still in the chat. I think Oliver is AFK, so we still got Neil. So again, I just want to be able to go around the circle real quick before we move into a closing meditation, just giving us a chance to kind of reflect on like, again, what is needed. What, like, that is such a powerful question. What is needed by us as people, as community members, as leaders, as artists, as creators, as facilitators, as bridges, between higher conscious ideas and mainstream culture. And I think it's a beautiful thing that everybody here is doing this. Like everybody here, the leading members, all of you listening to this, we're all doing it in our individual ways, through conversations we're having, through our actions, through our art. And so really just like being able to find inspiration in the fact that you are not alone, that you are a part of a bigger team, and we are doing this together.
Oh,
so
shit.
Let's see. Okay,
look at that.
How do I get out of full screen here?
Holy
1 second.
Did I kick you out?
No, that's okay. I got back. All right, so Dan's. Yeah, you can go back to what you had there, Dan. Okay. There, do it at full screen. So anyway, so this is so for those of you looking on screen right now, this is some stuff that Dan's showing. Of some, this is stuff that what program did you use for this? Was it Blender or something else?
I modeled everything in Modo. The textures are all done in Hexels.
Oh my god!
Rendered in Marmoset Toolbag.
Yeah, so it's like a psychedelic temple experience there. So yeah, for the people who are just listening to this as the audio format on like iTunes and stuff like that, be sure to check out Dan's stuff, because otherwise it's like just trying to explain it to you doesn't do it justice. And we actually, on the website, if you go to paradigmshiftcentral.com and there under the videos tab, you'll see the virtual reality is actually one of the categories. We actually do have one of the categories. One of the videos is actually, we already did this, is like a 360 version of this actual video. So you could like put it on a headset and experience this in 360 version. So Dan, go ahead and hit the other button so like it goes like fuller screen. I don't know if there's a way that you did that before.
Does this show it?
Go click. Yeah, go ahead. Click that.
Already.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. So just give people a couple moments there. So for people in the YouTube chat, go ahead and just be like, wow, cool. Woo. Awesome. So yeah, and again, man, super excited just to be able to help introduce some of your content to more people in the audience, and looking forward to just being able to create some super dope stuff together. So love what you're doing, man.
Thanks.
Awesome. Sweet. All right, so we'll just kind of let Dan stuff play there just for another minute. And with that said, again, I want to be able to pass around the talking stick to think about like what is needed by us as a community. One thing that I will say is that like for us as a community, for us as individuals, one of the most important things that we need to do is to take care of ourselves. That is essentially our job. And sometimes we forget about that. Sometimes like in terms of just, being a social media entrepreneur and things like that, you basically you basically like kind of get into this mindset of being like, be like, oh man, I gotta put up a new post on Instagram. Like, oh man, I gotta write this new article. Oh man, I gotta create a new YouTube video where I'm like super happy and pumped up and project this persona that I've kind of like turned into my brand. And we've seen people do this, but then if they're not taking care of themselves, eventually they just burn out. And they're just like, actually, you know, like even though it looked like I was having fun and stuff like that, like those were some of like the most like stressful times for me. And I've seen like literally like conscious YouTubers, they post about this where they're just like, YouTube like put me through this period of just like complete depression, and I just like wasn't happy and stuff like that, even though I was popular and everything. So again, you know, like for all of us as creators, as individuals, your job first and foremost is to take care of yourself. And taking care of yourself is, again, something that begins with the simple things. How is your sleep patterns? How is your diet? How is like your morning routine? Like that is such an important thing. And again, that's for people doing this. If you get the chance, tune into Waking Up with Wolf. That's like a great way for us to be able to like help build that routine together. Simple things can make a big difference. Even just like, you know, doing cold showers or ending your showers cold gets you into that mindset of just like, you know, like more more vitality, more just kind of like being able to like conquer the obstacles in your path. And so again, for just putting out that idea, like that is such an important thing, is that what is needed for us as leaders is to take care of ourselves. And then as we do that, everything else that we show up to will have an element of grace and ease. I'll just say this and I'll pass it around. It's kind of like when you get into that mode, you kind of become like Neo from the Matrix, and you kind of get into this point where, you know, remember that scene in the Matrix where Neo kind of like activates into the one, and then like you know, like he's like dodging bullets or like Morpheus, or not even the full end of the episode or the movie, or like Morpheus is punching him, or the agent's punching him rather, and he's just kind of like boom, 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 boom. And it's very much just this flow state. So you can activate that. You can actually get into that state where like, you're in a creative mode, you're in an adaptable mode, you're in a caring mode, you're in a compassion mode, and it stems from your ability to like make sure that you are taken care of and to give yourself what you need. So pay attention and really develop that relationship where you can tune in to understanding what you need. So like at any point in the day, you should be able to develop that where you can think, you can just be like, what do I need right now? And be like, oh, like maybe I need to like get up and like go stretch. Maybe I need to like go get some fresh air. Maybe I need to get a glass of water. Maybe I need to take a 30-minute nap. Maybe I need to spend social time with people who I care about. So that's like an important thing. So again, you know, like sleep, you know, journaling, paying attention to your diet, exercise, spending time in nature, and spending time with people who you care about, and expressing your creativity and like getting in flow state. Those things should all be like something that every single day we should be like checking off lists and making sure that we're doing that. So I'll just say that, and let's just pass it around again. If you guys want to kind of like riff on that, if you're just like, yo, I really resonate with that, absolutely, that's totally cool. And again, just kind of reflecting in general, what do we need to do right now as a community? Because again, the bigger question, my other answer to that is doing exactly what we're doing here. Bringing ourselves together and creating a space to be able to share our stories and to document our experience and to send out a message that is going to inspire people in ways we won't even fully know. Like that's another part of it. But going back to that part, taking care of ourselves, passing the talk and stick around. Anybody who wants to riff on that, just go ahead, jump right in. You guys all got a chance to say something. So whoever wants to go first, Oliver, go ahead.
This is really resonate inside me, especially today, because I went to see a really nice woman who do some channeling today, because I had some bad issue with my old relationship, and like I want to just my mental want to just all this be clarified, and I asked to the lady, like, this is a toxic relationship. My soul incarnate in that body to live that. What is the purpose of living that toxic relationship? And the woman say to me, you have to learn to choose you. You have to learn to put yourself first. You have to learn to be able to say no and put your boundary. And like when you just say to put yourself in the front seat, this is really resonate to me because a woman just told me all this today, and it's kind of shocking to be like to remember all when somebody else told you that like deeply. It's kind of maybe shocking because I just think to myself, oh shit, I think I missed something. I missed to take care of myself. So take care of you have to take care of yourself, guys.
Hell yeah, man.
Totally. Oliver, thank you for sharing, man. And again, like that's the way we learn, right? Like we learn through direct experience. So like as we learn, like it gives us empathy, it gives us knowledge, it gives us wisdom. And sometimes we'll go through those moments in life where like things may totally go off what appears to be off track. Things may be, just like, it's like, oh my God, this is not fun. But at the same time, everything that is happening to you is actually happening for you. And this is like, oh, this is actually teaching me to love myself in a way that I had like overlooked, or maybe I had put to the side. Like this is teaching me more resilience. This is teaching me of how to be able to become like more self-reliant and things like that. So just be aware. And again, have that bigger picture of just being able to see that everything that happens to you, everything happening in your life can be seen from an empowering perspective. It literally is a choice. Even again, I say this before, like have a great day, whatever happens, regardless of what happens. So that mindset of like, oh, a challenge appears, sweet, this is actually going to like give me a chance to practice being patient and calm and zen and empathetic and responsive, instead of just like reactful and angry and like just kind of like getting into that mindset. So yeah, sometimes again the universe will challenge us in order to be able to test us. And so our job is to be that student, is to be that cosmic sovereign citizen. And if you're not being challenged, you're not being tested, and you're not growing. So again, it's kind of like that idea. It's like, oh, what? Life just got harder? Sweet. That means you're leveling up, right? So it's all part of the game, right? So Chris, do you want to jump in on that?
I dig that. It actually, as soon as you started talking about that, it reminded me of, I follow this YouTube channel where they just post like, it's just a continuous live feed of motivational quotes. It's pretty cool, and like speeches and all that. And I love to listen to it if I'm working out, or if I'm just about to start a meditation and want to like really get in the zone. And one of the things that really it's all pretty awesome what's on there, but one of the ones that really stuck out, and I wish I knew the guy's name. I'll look into it. I'll get back to you. But he goes, he's super enthusiastic, and he's getting everyone pumped up and being like, he's clearly doing motivational speaking. And then at one point he just goes, and I challenge everybody, instead of saying I'm having a bad day, I want you to say I'm having a character building day. And I was just like, ooh, and that kind of just like really struck me. So I really dig that. And because like, yeah, it's true, like sometimes like you go out and you set some goals and you're just like, hell yeah, you absolutely crushed that day and it's a fantastic day. And then sometimes you get absolutely blindsided, but like I said, character building day. And no matter what happens, and kind of like I enjoyed what you said as well, it's just like no matter what happens, have a good day, because you may not be able to control everything, but you can control how you react to it. So that's really important. And then kind of jumping on what you said, the whole taking care of yourself thing, like that's a big important part for me, is like in terms, I try to balance all of it, right? Whether it's my recreation with gaming, when it's working out, whether it's my meditation. I got my crystal ball beside me at all times. That thing is pure obsidian. Look at that thing. Am I right? Holy crap. Like it's friggin', oh man, beautiful. It's like, there's always balance. And you gotta, as much as you want to help everybody, it's definitely, you can't fill up someone's cup if yours is empty. So 100%.
I think that guy's name is Les Brown. I just looked it up.
Oh, okay. Let's see here, because I remember what he looks like.
Les Brown.
You sniped it, my man. Oh, yeah, you're absolutely excellent. Thank you for being dope.
Yeah.
Good job.
Teamwork.
Awesome. Sweet. All right. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. So again, in themes of taking care of ourselves, definitely want to be able to wrap this up as soon as we can. That way, so for all of us in the Eastern Standard Time Zone, that we can get some good sleep. Again, there was a period where we were doing these broadcasts at 8 p.m., but I made the executive decision to move it to 9:30 p.m. just so we can kind of make it more available. While at the same time, it's kind of like sacrificing a little bit of my own sleep patterns. So for those of you who are just like, I don't know, do I have bags under my eyes? Does the lighting? I can't tell.
You're very sexy and look great. Don't worry about it.
Well, thank you, Chris. Either way, but I appreciate, we all got to look out for each other in some form or another. And absolutely, I'll be waking up at 6 a.m. tomorrow and doing a waking up with Wolf, and then I gotta go to hockey. So yeah, well, let's get this wrapped up.
I don't think I know
and
anyone
I'll definitely
busier
be
than you, honestly. Like, oh my goodness, there's always something. There's the only time you're standing
man,
still
we all-
is when you're, you know, astral projecting into another plane. It's the only time you're ever
Right.
standing still.
Fair enough. Fair enough, man. So awesome. Sweet, dude. Okay, let's just kind of go around the circle just real quick on this topic again. What is needed right now, again, as individuals, as creators, as artists, as leaders within the community, looking for insight, like literally asking you guys for counsel to be able to get some more direction, so that as we move forward on a team, we have that vision. So I want to be able to check who else wants to jump in on this. Neil, we haven't heard from you. Go ahead.
I'll jump in. What is needed is collaboration, not competition. And you know, we have this whole principle in the spiritual community that the universe is an abundant place. You hear that all the time, but a lot of people aren't really implementing that, because at the same time we live in this world, and especially when we live in capitalism, and we see like we have to capitalize over the next person because there's always competition out there. So it's really difficult to actually focus on collaboration in a world that's structured for us not to have that. So we need to put that to the side, check our egos over and over, like hundreds of times a day sometimes, because really it's about coming together. Because if that's the way they won. That's why we're where we are now. Divide and conquer has brought us to this point. The divide and conquer has created the duality that we all came and signed up for. But now it's time to come back together. The only difference is between their information, because they know what we know, whoever they are, but the information that they know, it is from the energy of exclusion. We have the energy of inclusion. That's just high vibe no matter what, you know? So we just got to come together, keep that going forward, and just be hopeful that everything is going to result and end the way it should, which is going to be high vibe planet where we can live consciously and in harmony with ourselves and each other.
Hell yeah.
Awesome, man. Totally sweet. Does anybody else want to riff on that? Anybody?
Well, not specifically that, but it's like I just really enjoy this whole process, because it's really cool to see like no matter what you're into, almost anybody in here could kind of, you know, take what it is, and then also be like, hey, you know, little drip of spirituality in there as well, whether it's like, you know, media, whether it's art, whether it's gaming, whether it's podcasting, anything like that. It's like there's so many things out there, and no matter what you're into, there's going to be someone out there who is also in your same tribe that's also kind of dipped their big toe into the whole spirituality aspect of it. So it's like, it's pretty cool, the whole like being able to branch out from no matter what you're coming from, and being able to, you know, plant those seeds.
Yeah, and that's that again. I love that idea that, again, like for everybody here, for everybody in the Paradigm Shift Central community, like you can think of us as being like a central tree, and then we're all kind of branching out in different unique directions. We're kind of like these superheroes that fly off in different directions, and because of that, we're able to connect with unique people in unique ways. So again, you know, like that is a part of what I invite people to see as their objective, is to kind of, again, be that bridge between higher conscious ideas and mainstream culture. And it doesn't even have to be like that specifically. If anything, it just has to be one thing that I will say, that very, very simply, you know, because I asked this from myself one time. I'm like, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? What do I need to do? And the answer I got is, I need to lead people. But then I'm like, okay, where do I need to lead them to? Where do I need to lead them to? And then even more clarity came. And the answer from there is leading people back to their own heart is where we are leading people. Because when we think it's like we need to lead people, it's like we think it's like a destination, it's a place, it's an objective. But then that wisdom is just like, that is what we are all here to do, is leading people back to their own heart, leading people back to the wisdom of their own heart. So for anybody here, you can do that. You are here to do that, and you are here to do that in the unique ways that only you can. And so like that's been a big part of my own personal paradigm shift, is kind of, again, finding out who I am and what are the unique ways that I am able to help do things in the ways that I only can do. So you're the only person that can make art in a certain way that you can do. You're the only person that can like hold space, that can hug a friend, that can have a conversation. So continue to step into that. Find your unique gifts. Your unique gifts, I talked about this on Waking Up with Wolf this morning, is not just like your ability to play music and to make graphics or to build a certain thing or something like that. Your gifts are also your ability to like be able to be patient, to be able to be empathetic, to be able to be understanding, to go out of your way, to make people smile, to inspire people. Those are your gifts. So what gifts can you share with the world? And maybe how can you consciously do more of that? And in doing so, you will notice like the impact it will make. And again, that is a part of the gamification, is to be able to get that feedback from people who are going to be like, dude, like that thing you said, like that changed me, like that changed my day. And then again, it's like the ripple effect. So for this broadcast, you know, there's like X number of people of us here live, but then we go out there and we engage with like 100 other people, 1,000 other people, and it ripples even further. And that's why I'm so adamant about creating this space for us as a community, because I know that this is something that has the potential to go in an incredible, like it just has an incredible reach. And so eventually, as we're doing these broadcasts, the vision is for this to become more and more established, more and more well known, for more and more people to start tuning into these, to start doing going back to more of our global guided meditations. What happens when we can do like those guided meditations where we're really putting forth that call to action in that vision with like 500 people tuned in, 1,000 people tuned in? Like imagine just kind of when we all get people in that space of inspiration, that shared vision, that shared story, that's so important. So again, just that idea of story is so cool. So where do you fit within this story of us as a team of shifters, of light guardians who are showing up to be able to help bring more inspiration, more consciousness, help lead people back to the vision of their own heart, and doing it through the magic of art and social alchemy and just simply being ourselves. So again, you know, like you being you being authentic is one of the most important things that you can do in this day and age, because it helps inspire other people to do the same. And that is what we need. We need more genuine authenticity and compassion and courage to be compassionate and be authentic. So, okay, like I said, let's get close to wrapping this up. But anybody else, what else do we need right now, guys, as a team, as individuals, as a community? Anybody else want to share anything? And no obligation, just anything that you feel called to. I guess we've heard if we're good, if anybody else doesn't have anything to share. Okay, so with that said, I feel good about things. I feel good about getting close to wrapping it up. We'll end with a short meditation in a minute. Before we do that, I just want to be able to invite the other fellows here on the call just to be able to express any gratitude and closing words for the people tuned into this. So for anybody here who wants to go first, please feel free to do that. Gratitude for this space, gratitude for the team, gratitude for the people listening, gratitude for each other. So
does anybody hell want to,
yeah.
Chris? Yo, Chris, people watching on the YouTubes, on the Facebook, like thanks guys. Like it's really awesome, obviously, to talk to the people on the screen right now, but also like this is going out to everyone. So it's like as Brendon said earlier, like it's like a tree branch. You know, like this is just gonna spread. Like there's we only have like a handful of us here at the moment, but like that's kind of that branches out, right? Like it's small little seeds, they go everywhere, and then it goes from there. Like it's so shout out to the chat. I enjoyed the chat. I was trying to jump in there and communicate with people too, like friggin' Sai Sista and Kaylee Dawn and Ethan earlier. It was his birthday. Friggin' love you, Ethan. Happy birthday, bro. And so
happy birthday to Ethan. Thank you for reminding that, because I saw that and I was going to give that shout out. Happy birthday to Ethan.
Happy birthday, Ethan.
Bon fête, Ethan.
Oh, shout out to the chats. You guys rock.
Awesome, sweet. And everybody go over and watch Zen Gamer 528 and just like hang out with him there. So
when do you games? I play Mario. A lot of Mario Maker.
What's your schedule?
Every Monday, 7 p.m. EST.
Cool, awesome. We'll definitely just like raid your channel sometime. So sounds good. All right, thank you again, Chris. Awesome, happy to have you here, man. All right, anybody else want to go next? Just go ahead and give me a thumbs up. No, let's see. Oliver, go ahead. Yeah.
Perfect, guys. So thank you very much to be here. You made a choice for you, but you made a choice for humanity to be here. We are part of change. You are part of change. And like, as you say it, you have to jump into your life and become your own leader. And like, don't trust people on what they say, trust people on what they do. We have to inspire other by what we are doing. So just continue to do. And if you have an idea and you're not sure, but it's vibrating in your heart, go for it big time. You have the right to do what you want to do. And I just want to give a little challenge to everybody. Just listen to that. Tomorrow, try to do a hug to somebody you didn't hug before. Try. oh, tell the person, it's the Quebec guy who do hugs, who ask this, and because if he ask this, it's okay. And like, make it happen. Make it happen. We need love. Shout out.
Awesome. Thank you, Oliver, and thank you to all of our friends in Montreal as part of the Hug Brigade over there. And again, be sure to connect with them on Facebook as well, man. Thank you so much. And it was thank you again for your help at being able to connect with Alma, help for making that possible, dude. Thank you so much, brother. Super grateful to have you here, man. So awesome. Sweet. Okay, and again, just passing it around, Neil, Dan.
Happy birthday to you too, man.
Oh, thanks.
It was just Saturday, man.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you too.
Happy birthday, Brendon. Yeah, woo!
On Thursday. It's been a week, guys. It's just whatever. I don't mind. I appreciate that. All right, cool. Thanks, guys. All right, and again, going back to like the birthday thing, we did like World Free Hug Day on my birthday, but now we're moving forward with the idea of free hugs forever. So when you do free hugs, post it to social media, tag us at Paradigm Shift Central or Mystic Spider-Man on Instagram, and use the hashtag free hugs forever. That's a little call to action there. So, all right, Neil or Dan, one of you guys want to go next?
I'll just say real quick, thank you everybody for joining us and being a part of this. I'm excited to see where this is going to head. Us all getting together and then more people joining on here. And this is like where it's at, you know, we're going to get together, have these roundtable discussions, share our projects with each other, come together, collaborate, and freaking change the world, you know? So I'm so happy and blessed to be with you guys and everyone joining us.
Sweet. Awesome. Thank you again, Neil. Like, it just so grateful to be able to have such an amazing team already here. And we still got so many more leading members who we have yet to introduce within the circle. So stay tuned for more of the circles, and you'll get to meet more of the leading members within the community. And again, maybe you are just like, yo, I'd love to be on this broadcast. I'm making art. I have things to share. I want to be able to practice being a part of these circles. So again, be sure to check out the Patreon and more information about becoming a leading member, but we'll talk about that in a second. Dan, go ahead. Any just closing gratitude that you would like to share?
Yeah, I'm pretty much there with kind of what Neil expressed. Just like, I'm thankful for, you know, this space to kind of, I don't know, talk about like the conscious community and that sort of thing, that currently I don't really get that much opportunity to talk with a lot of other people directly surrounding me. Maybe I should. But yeah, I'm thankful to kind of have a space to be more open about that sort of thing. That I think it's good.
Awesome. Sweet. Well, thank you again, Dan. And yeah, like there's so much that we get to do within the Paradigm Shift Central community. Again, like even in the Discord chat for the leading members, we got categories there where it's like a study zone where we get to share our knowledge together, talk about research on topics that we're learning about, just being able to hold space, support each other, collaborate on projects, lots of awesome stuff there. So again, we're going to close with a short meditation in the next minute, just a quick recap for everything within Paradigm Shift Central. Be sure to just go to paradigmshiftcentral.com. Again, through there, you can connect with our public live chat if you haven't done that yet. That will give you access to our public live chat channel. And you also, if you are interested, you want to be able to apply as a leading member, you will find the link to become a leading member through the main website. And you can also sign up through our Patreon directly. And also signing up on the Patreon, if any amount, is greatly appreciated. And it will give you the discount code for your items at questitemshop.com, where you can get your shift buttons, your Light Guardian crystals, your free hug signs, and other items as well. And also through the Patreon and through the Quest Item Shop, there's also the option there to be able to get a monthly shifter booster kit, which is something we really want to be able to encourage people to do. So for any of the leading members, I'd love for more of the leading members to have like a monthly kit if they're in a position where they're able to do that. And again, that's something where you literally get a new shifter booster kit each month. You're using those buttons, you're connecting them with people. You can send them right to the website and be like, yo, like you can find my stuff on there. You can find the team stuff on there. You can find the broadcast on there. Lots of awesome things. Other thing is be sure to check out the Paradigm Shift Central mobile app. That's useful because that's going to send direct notifications to your mobile device, but you can also get the notifications and the updates through the Discord app, our public live chat, by being able to connect through there. And again, Discord is like the application that we operate the public live chat through. And again, just be sure to go explore on the website. There's literally like unlimited amount of content there. There's like featured playlists for YouTube creators, so you can connect and find all sorts of awesome stuff. And you can be sure to connect with all of the other leading members within the community and keep an eye on things as our story continues to unfold. So thank you again deeply to everyone for being a part of this through the website. If you want to make single donations, those are always greatly appreciated. Simply tell your friends about this, smash that like button on YouTube, share it with your friends. That is always a great way to be able to support as well. And of course, go out there, take action, make art, share it in the public live chat channel, tag us on Instagram with free hugs or anything else, even just to reshare our broadcast. Let us know, invite more people to be a part of this community as we continue to grow as a global team of shifters and light guardians. And we will be back here again on Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For the leading members, we do have another Synergy Circle that is off air, and that will be on Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time for those of you who are able to check in. And that will be a little bit more casual, just kind of dialing in on some inspiration and what we're working on for the week. And other than that, again, just huge thank you to everyone for who's being here. And for anybody in the YouTube chat, please feel free to just drop any links to your stuff down below, or even just in the comments afterwards, and let us know that you watch this broadcast. DM me on Instagram at Mystic Spider-Man. I want to be able to connect with you if you're connecting into this, and to be able to make sure that we're following your story as well as we co-create this bigger story together. So good job, team. Huge round of applause. Thank you for being able to help initiate this Synergy Circle together as we anchor in this energy and create this powerful example and momentum together. So with that said, let's drop into a little bit of meditation. I invite everyone to just get nice and comfortable. This will be very simple, very short. Nothing too complicated.
Brendon, I got my crystal that you made me like 7 years ago around my neck.
Chris has still got his crystal.
Yep.
Very cool.
Join us for the meditation.
Thanks, man. That means a lot. All right. So with that said, if you got your light guardian crystals, feel free to activate them. Right. All right. So with that said, let's just allow our body to relax. Connecting with the breath. Whatever you're doing right now, just bring yourself into the awareness of this present moment. Gentle inhales through the nose. Gentle exhales through the nose and the mouth. Again, deep, gentle inhale. Gentle exhale. Wherever you are right now, I want you to imagine each and every one of us standing together in this circle. Put your hands on your chest if you choose. I want you to see those standing in this circle together with us. And this circle is as big as you choose to imagine it. A circle that is constantly growing as new people are welcomed into it. And as you look around and you see each and every single person, you also see a white light at the center of their heart. And from this white light extends a flowing beam of energy, of golden rainbow energy, just kind of moving forward out of their chests, almost like water. And together, these streams coming from our heart connect in the center of this circle. And at the center of this circle creates this beautiful luminescent orb. And allow us to just be able to send our love into the center of this circle. And as we do this, this orb at the center becomes a powerful beacon that has a heartbeat of its own, that ignites like a flame. And as we breathe, as we grow, this light grows. And as we continue to build up ourselves, continue to refine who we are, this light continues to send out its message, its signal of inspiration, inviting others to be a part of this story to lead them back to the wisdom of their own heart. So just hold this visualization in your mind in this moment and beyond, seeing ourselves together in this synergy circle, projecting our love towards the center, illuminating this orb, and allowing this orb to send out a powerful signal all across the planet, encoding our love deeper and deeper into the grid, into the matrix. Even people who won't even hear this broadcast will still be touched by the signal that we are sending out as it makes its way into the grid. By showing up in this moment, the world is now a slightly different place because of your participation, because of us showing up together as a team. So just take another moment here to just send your gratitude into the center of this circle as the signal gets sent out in all directions. North, east, south, west, all quadrants. Take a couple more breaths here, deep, gentle inhale, and we'll do just a few ohms together. We'll just do 3 ohms and then we'll conclude it together. Deep, gentle inhale, exhale on your own, no sound. Big exhale. Deep inhale together, the sound O as in your heart chakra, as in Om. Deep inhale together. Love and gratitude. Continue again. Deep, gentle inhale. One more. Deep inhale. Connect with your heart here. Keep your hands on your heart if you wish to. Connect with your breath. And just be in this moment together as a team. Do you feel it? Do you feel how ancient you truly are? Each one of us here to take part. As we serve in this story, as we rise into our glory, bridges, merging worlds, opening hearts for all the children of this earth. As we allow ourselves to show up every day, we allow ourselves to find new ways to play in this game of shifting consciousness, in this way of reminding us of the power that we have inside, the power to be able to see with new eyes, to be able to shift the paradigms in these ever-changing skies, to be able to see the sun within ourselves, to be able to see the magic of the inner elf. And so let us bring forth this magic of our heart and let us change this world with our art, for it is within this moment that our story truly starts. Aho.
Aho.
Aho. All right, so with that said, gently bring yourself out of this meditation, but keep these vibes rolling. Make some noise. Go ahead. Join us in a little bit of a wolf howl for everybody here in the broadcast. For those of you listening, go ahead. Just join us in a little bit of a wolf howl. Any noise that you want to make. Sing it to the stars. Yeah. Awesome.
Vive la vie.
All right. So
my acoustic panels, my neighbors might be like, "Hey, shut up over there."
Stop shifting those paradigms over there. We're trying to sleep. Right? Anyways. All right. Thank you again, everyone, so much for being here. I think this broadcast was like 2.5 hours long, give or take. Maybe we put a little bit of bonus love in there for you, but it was worth it just to be able to get this inspiration out there. So again, the story continues with the love that you share. Be sure to tune in to plenty more stuff that we got going on through Paradigm Shift Central. Explore it, connect on our public live chat, download the mobile app, sign up as a leading member, support on Patreon, get your items from questitemshop.com. Go out there, there, play the game, level up each and every day. Keep it shifty, and as always, we will see you in the future. My name is Brendon, aka Skull Babylon, Skull the Wolf, Mystic Spider-Man. Connect with me on Mystic Spider-Man on Instagram and Paradigm Shift Central. And yeah, thank you for tuning in and for being a part of this beautiful team, this beautiful community. Be sure to tell your friends and invite more people, and we will see you here again in the chat and next time. Join me again, guys. Say goodnight to everybody as we play it off with the outro music. Thank you again, everyone. So, guys, go ahead. Say thank you again. We love you, team.
We love you.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Awesome. All right. Much love. Thank you again, everyone. Peace and wholeness. Special thank you to our friend Danny Leonardo, whose music is featured at the beginning and end of this podcast. Be sure to check out more of her work through the link in the information on YouTube down below. Thank you, Danny.